Couldn't remember specifically what it was.
Numa Numa song, as it was called in the day.
It was called the Numa Numa song.
Back
Yes.
in the day.
See, Miss knows. Anyway, welcome to the stream. We're talking about the Numa song. As well, we should.
Yes, always.
Hello, there's. I was about to say to people in chat. There's a miss there. There's a miss here.
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Omnipresent.
It's impossible to miss. But there's a Kiro and a bear, which is always a good time.
Yeah, good times.
Always good time.
Here, if there's a bear running around, that's not a good time, but that's because around here, if there's a bear running around, it's a brown bear.
True.
And it's probably running at you for your picnic basket.
I mean, if there was a bear running around here, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing here? Did you come from the zoo? What?
Not impossible.
I mean, it's still relatively, like, not living around the zoo. Still have to get through, like, a couple of kilometers of, like, town.
I mean, there was that story of in America they relocated a bear like 4 states over, and it just walked back.
Aww.
Yeah, but I think it wouldn't go unnoticed here.
Okay, bear did come from a zoo apparently, so
Explains a lot.
So yeah, it's friend times. We're here for friend times to do something we haven't done for quite a while, which is bring your own wiki, where we all bring a wiki and we pick a random page and force somebody else to draw what it is on the page. Yeah, that's it. That's the spiel. I thought there was more. It's just that. How is all? Are we all good?
Yeah.
Right, moving on.
I think the energy on screen right
Yeah.
now kinda
We've
says it all.
demonstrated. I appear to be better drawing a cat from behind, which is interesting. Probably says a lot about like how much attention Kiki pays to me.
Aw.
Like Mrs. Cat, so round.
Big round, with the little toe bins.
He's a squish.
Then you got Garfield flomping in from the side.
That's my dog's toy.
Oh.
Oh.
It's a cat.
Teaching them early. Chase the cat.
Love it. And also, it's giving me like Karina vibes. Of like Karina's art vibes, you know?
Is it the tired eyes or?
I think it's the like just general shape language.
Shape language.
Nice words.
Getting technical here.
Just big and round.
I think I get that compliment for this. But thanks.
So there you are. We're starting off in a positive mood because it's
Yeah.
only downhill from here. Right, what wikis do we have?
Like skiing.
Yeah, God. I didn't mean to miss.
You're fine.
Is that a ski emoji? I think that's a ski emoji.
Skimoji.
Skimoji. Ooh,
There's a
Snowboarder.
snowmoji.
Snowboji. Yeah, what wikis do we have? I'm fairly certain I understand what Wiki Miss has, because that's the whole reason we're doing this.
Don't say it like I twisted your arm.
Oh, I love doing this. That was any excuse.
I have brought the Labyrinth with me.
The Labyrinth.
But
Ooh,
also Dark Crystal is backup just in case.
Ooh,
nice.
good old dark question mark
no.
fantasy. Not really dark, but kind of. Yeah. What else have we got?
I have the Starkid wiki, which is musicals, amongst which
Yeah.
parody musicals. So you might get some familiar names that aren't like the thing.
Nice.
that you know them from.
I brought up. I can't remember if we've used this before. I don't think we have. But I've brought up the Red Dwarf wiki, which is a British sci-fi sitcom. So hopefully some fun sci-fi shenanigans.
I mean, I know we've talked about it on stream before, but also we've talked about a lot of different things
Yeah.
that we like to watch, and you keep going, watch Red Dwarf. Everyone should watch Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not everyone, but
Well, it's probably
you know
not
what
to
I mean.
everyone's taste, but it's silly. I like it.
So I've got the Shin Megami Tensei wiki, but
Ooh.
because there's a lot of things in this wiki, I've found the page that lists out. So the demons that show up in these games come from various world mythologies and or pop culture in some cases. So I've got the page. I've got a list of every single mythology group that has demons in these games. So you get to pick your mythology.
Ooh, pick of the mythology, everybody. I'm just going to give you the choice between characters and enemies. Bear once failed the driving test while talking about Red Dwarf. Ugh, bad. Is that a good thing or a bad thing in this stream? It'll be fine. Chaos.
I mean,
chaos reigns.
my mother once failed a driving test because she didn't realize that her dad, my grandfather, had left the parking brake on.
Oh. Someone else's fault. Christy, what do you got?
I took you literally, so I'm looking because I was just on Wikipedia's front page.
Wikipedia is a wiki. We discussed this beforehand. The identity element is an element. Almost trying to draw from some characters from Red Dwarf for the Star themed sketch. Oh, you chickened out because you knew nothing about the show.
I mean, all things considered, Wikipedia as an entity is probably less problematic than the fandom company. So
yeah, I've turned off a redirector that I have on my browser, which automatically redirects from the fandom wikis to one that strips everything away and just gives you the information. But the random doesn't work with that, so I have to go back to horrible ad-filled nonsense.
I have multiple things on my browser for turning off and removing those things. General aside, any of you guys who are using Chrome, switch to Firefox. Chrome is doing adding some things starting this year that will screw around with ad blockers. So get Firefox, get uBlock Origin, and get Privacy Badger, and that will cover you for most things.
Also, Firefox is just kind of nice. I swapped not long ago, and it's cool. I like it. It does multiple things faster. Like if I'm uploading a video to YouTube or something, it doesn't throttle my upload or download, and I can't do anything else. Good. Firefox is good.
I can't speak for Apple devices because I do not have those. But if you run Android, you can get Firefox as a web browser on Android, and there are some apps or some add-ons that work with it as well. Not all of them, because a lot of the add-ons are made by like two people in a dark room with no windows. But stuff like uBlock Origin, that add-on will work for the Firefox app for web browsing on phones and whatnot, which is nice.
Chris is designing a Pokemon.
This is a Firefox.
No.
I mean, we've already got like 5 of them. So.
Shush. I can't look. Quadrupedal animals that look roughly like dogs or cats. I'm bad at it. Right, who wants to draw?
That wasn't a riff on you. That was a riff on the fact that we've got like 5 different Pokemon that are Firefox.
True.
No, mine
also...
was a riff on the
Yeah.
I did that deliberately.
That's fair. Who would like to draw first, and who would like to randomize first?
Miss, can you give me a lab? Give me a lab.
Give you a lab.
Give Chib a lab. Or Chib experiments.
I hope it's a good lab.
Give me a good
Bear with
lab,
me a
please.
second.
Only good labs are allowed.
Oh.
That's a good sound.
You got the junk lady.
Ooh.
The what?
The junk lady.
Oh, I remember this one.
Junk
Yeah.
lady. Ooh. I don't know who that is.
The
That
junk
is
lady appears in Labyrinth. She is one of the many junk people piling massive amounts of miscellany upon their backs in the junk city, just
ooh.
outside the gates of the goblin city.
Okay.
If you'd asked me to like guess some places in the labyrinth, Junk City would not have been. We would have been here for a few months.
Maybe it's a good idea I didn't do Dark Crystal then, because oh boy. um,
This your
Oh,
lighter's still on.
So what I'm guessing.
sorry, I was reading.
No, they're going to be standing on a cat.
Eh.
So my assumption
could be.
is that David Bowie's character uses so much hairspray that there's just like mountains and mountains of spray cans.
Kind of. I mean, part of the art I'm looking at, like the concept art, is pretty badass fodder, to be honest.
Ooh, nice.
There's a lot more swords involved.
Mm.
Um,
Swords.
Swords.
Oh, always nice when we can give a character a sword.
Always nice when Chibi can give a character a sword.
Planning to, but now I feel like I have to.
It can go anywhere.
You could just
Be in the
strap
junk
it onto
pile.
the back.
You can have
Yeah.
like two swords in like the hair bun, like people do with chopsticks.
Oh yeah.
It says here, so the sketch that I'm looking at that has the swords, it says here, it's from the 1986 book, The Goblins of Labyrinth. This is sketches by Brian Froud, and he gives her the name Agnes.
Is
Oh,
this a goblin?
She's a goblin.
She's
Oh.
Sorry,
okay.
I didn't. Oh, did I not? She's a goblin. I've
Change
not
the
done
ears,
that
change the
before. You're gonna have
ears.
to tell me how to play this game.
You give as
No,
much or as
I-
little information as you like.
Yeah.
Mm.
This is
Um,
good.
Yeah, in the movie, usually, like, I think the idea of what the junk they gather is just it just looks like parts of like things from your life that you don't want to get rid of,
Oh,
and they just pile it and pile it and pile it.
allegory.
E.
Is the labyrinth allegorical?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've not seen it. I don't know.
Only
Don't know anything.
I like that. I
It
like it when
is-
there's some like right in your face allegory on something. I like that.
The
Subtle allegory is
whole
good.
movie is about essentially our main heroine's sort of at that cusp of childhood into becoming a teenager, and she's sort of dealing with all of these new things, like this sort of not wanting to do any responsible adult things, just wanting to stay in fantasy land, and then coming to grips with how maybe that's not a good thing.
Hmm.
At least not all of the time. And then you've got things with like, oh, she's like, how old is she in that movie? Like 13, 14? Somewhere
Yeah.
around there. So you've got things like puberty going on and whatnot. Just all sorts of allegory all over the place. And then also silly puppets.
Or as CC's just said, things like puberty going on in Calgary.
I mean, it probably does. Who's to
Early
say?
over? Sorry, I
Pardon?
was putting my fingers in my ears.
Oh. Understandable, frankly.
Chibi, I've tricked you into drawing. I've tricked you all into drawing goblins for Goblin.
It's Goblin Week.
I've
Is there-
just
is-
realised.
Is there a goblin in Red Dwarf? No. I will change my wiki.
Terrible.
Well, depending on what mythology you pick, I'm sure there's some demons that are goblin characters. I know there's plenty of fae with the SMT stuff.
I mean, to be fair, like I could give my prompt to whoever wishes to draw it, and they can draw it as a goblin if they want.
True.
Like, I don't. Nobody controls what you draw.
Oops, all goblins.
Oops, all goblins.
Yeah.
And to think this was almost not a goblin.
How
Yeah.
dear.
Would have been a crime, honestly.
Also, everybody look at Mrs. Cool Goblin that they posted on the tumbles. No shh.
Shh.
Shout it loud from the treetops.
Chibi, she's
Ah.
so happy.
I have mobilized Kira.
Oh no.
She is happy. She is a drunk lady. How could she not be happy? She's a
Yeah, how
goblin.
could she not be happy?
Yeah.
Here,
That
shut up.
That feels like
She's got all her junk. She lives
Yeah.
in the junk city.
How could she not be happy? She's a
How could she
goblin.
not be
They love
happy?
junk.
Out here tricking teenagers, life's good.
Yeah.
As is the want of the elderly.
Mm-hmm.
I won't ask because I don't want too many spoilers, but what? That was a sentence.
See, I like the idea of getting all of the spoilers and completely misinterpreting all of them.
Mm.
I mean, I have interacted with media before where it's like, okay, this is technically a spoiler, but you will have no idea what's going on, and this gives you no context.
Yeah.
Many of which, I don't know if any of you are familiar with the TV show Phineas and Ferb.
Yes.
Yes.
Any
got a
screenshot
platypus
you
in it, right?
see from like the second half of an episode gives you no clue as to what was going on in the first half of the episode. Like if you're watching it, it's like, yes, I can see how this line of events led from point A to point B, but if all you see is point B, you're like, what?
You have no context for what point A might possibly be. Which, to be fair, like a lot of cartoons, at least well back in my day, a lot of cartoons were like that. They just go on a weird adventure and end up in very strange places. I watched Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Yeah, that's another one where you can have spoilers and it still doesn't tell you anything.
I remember
Like,
an
this is
episode of
still
that where one character stole another character's outline.
Another character's what?
Outline.
Oh.
So all of their like internal color just sort of fell into a puddle. And they got carried around in a bottle for the rest of the episode.
I mean, fair. Sorry, I'm distracted by Chibi's drawing.
It's a good draw. Look at it.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, the little scrunchy nose.
Yeah. Nothing like the nightmare fuel.
So this is why I hate these streams, because you're just too good. Stop being good.
The most likable characters. Even when they're awful, they're likable because they're stupid, furry, muscle bad guys or something.
I mean, there's sort of a difference between
Oh,
likable as a person and likable as a character.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that came up, I've seen on Tumblr, it's like, oh, how can you like this character? How can you like this character that does all of these atrocities over this character that's just sort of boring? And it's like, well, but you see, the atrocities are fake, and my ire is real.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like these things in fiction.
Chibi, I
Well,
can't get over how
carrying-
cute this is.
There I got junk.
Yeah, this is like the before.
Junk is positive, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I feel like the junk is not positive. Is what you're telling me.
Is it not possible?
Kiro gets it. It's fine. It's fine.
Mm, I'm not sure it's fine. What's that emote?
It's fine. Junk lady, she's fine.
Fine.
Small Legos.
Small legs. Yeah.
Tiny Legos.
Guat gabo.
It looks
Hmm.
like they've packed their longer legs behind them.
It kind of looks like they've tied up a bigger mogus. I'm just carrying that.
I mean, it is junk. So.
Hot takes from Miss. Can I put like what can I tag this stream with now? Satire or what can I tag? Oh, apparently I have the stream open in another tab. Go away.
Okay, bye.
I heard my voice. I'm entitled to compensation.
What's she gonna be wearing, Chibi?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the anticipation.
Still figuring out the leg situation, to be honest. Ah,
Ah, Bisto.
From what I can understand, or from what I can see, she's just wearing like a long dress.
yeah,
with a
Yeah, but
big
then you won't
bow.
see the legs.
that's fine.
No, look at the legs.
Oh,
My legs.
Lose the legs.
Okay. Oh,
She's wearing a sheer dress,
It's not-
lacy knickknacks.
she can, like, her toes can be peeping out.
Got a
I
high
mean-
thigh slit. Oh, look at her.
compromise.
This is like if she had a different life.
I'm thinking this isn't the happiest character in the world.
Oh, she is. Look at her.
Mm, mm.
I don't see, like, what everyone's talking about. She's super happy. She gets to carry junk. I get to erase the leg.
Mm.
It's fine, Kira. It's fine. It's not nightmare fuel. It's fine.
It's fine.
Whatever it is.
I mean,
Yeah, the older I've been, the older I'm getting, the more I like identify with the junk lady. To be honest, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, yep, one step closer.
Have you got like an inspirational poster of her on your wall?
Yes, over
Just
all my
above-
knitters. One day.
Just above the
Oh,
bed
Sean.
on the ceiling. Like wake up first thing
Oh
you see.
God, no! You don't want her on the ceiling.
I mean, the fun thing about the Jin Henson Company puppets is you pretty much have two settings. You have adorable fuzzy thing, and dear God, this will give people nightmares.
I've seen the hit sitcom Dinosaurs. I know what side of the fence that goes.
Took me a
Nightmares.
second to remember that. I was like, what? Oh.
The ending for that
Not the
show
mama.
still fucks me up.
They all die.
Oh.
There's dinosaurs.
Oh, I didn't know that, but okay.
Oh, spoilers for dinosaurs, by the way.
Spoilers for dinosaurs, they die.
Yeah, the ending is that because capitalism bad, the dad accidentally causes the ice age.
Oh.
Fab.
Even Meteor.
No, it's a slow death. Yay.
Oh, Chibi.
This is
She's
good.
trying her
Oh,
best.
She's doing best.
She's doing the thing.
And everything's fine and nothing is wrong with her.
Nah.
I mean, now that you've covered up the body, we don't actually know what's going on with the body anymore.
Now you know, she has tiny little leggies.
Excuse me.
But now we don't know. Much certain.
It is certain because
Could be
I
some
said
weird,
so.
horrible, creepy crawly thing going on in there. Could be oogie boogie. It's just bugs.
Ugh.
Whoa. Whoa.
Do you want me to put her in the chat?
I'm the oogie boogie man. If Jib's done,
I'm not forcing.
Um,
I just. I.
Yeah.
look at that
I mean,
cheeks.
I'm pretty much done. Look at her. She's cute.
She's
Yeah,
great and canonical
It's
now.
less that I'm not worried about sheep keep going. I'm like, there's no going back now. So
yeah.
like, no matter what I show you, you can't change what you've drawn. So. Oh, she's cute. I'm gonna put her. Should I put? No, I'm gonna wait for cheap to color. I'll put her in chat.
Gotta
Perfect.
get as much
I'll
goodness as
upset you
possible.
all. Yeah, just leave it for a little while longer.
Perfect couple color too.
Mm.
There.
Gobbo green.
Look at her.
Yeah.
Look at her living her best life.
Yeah.
That's cute. I'm gonna ruin
Now in her worst life.
She's still living her best life.
So
I
where
know.
in
Shall I ruin
the
it? Shall I ruin it?
Ragdoll Parsley universe does this character live? Exactly. Ooh.
I mean,
Over.
all things considered, this could just be Pal's old granny.
Yeah, she could.
Granny's looking less happy here.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
other one isn't, but what she has drawn.
She's something.
Yeah, she sure is.
I feel like
Mhm.
this is like a clickbait before and after.
Yes, but
Like- Doctors hate her.
That's just correct. The strings are correct.
she is an icon.
Aww.
Icon for a horror game.
Mm. I
Well,
also
they are
Yeah,
shared.
it's the one that appears on your desktop after you download it from Steam.
Yeah.
I also shared the concept sketch of
Ooh.
Agnes,
so cute.
which I think is
Ah.
rad.
Ooh.
By oh gosh, what was his name? Brian Froud. Froud.
Brian Browd.
I want that teapot.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Concept art of
Look, multiple swords and a fish.
Mhm.
Swordfish.
concept art for all Jim Henson movies is just so pretty.
Yeah. Looks cool.
Now the question
I-
is, do they make the complicated, intricate concept art because they like the puppeteers or because they hate them?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
I would much rather meet Cheap's junk lady.
Oh yeah, I'd have a cup of tea with this junk lady, gobbo, drunk gobbo friend.
She's a little grandma.
Yeah.
This is Agnes.
I will probably be knocked out by the tea and she will take my junk, but it'll be worth it. Yeah, that's a good.
And now she's gone.
Now she's gone forever.
Forever.
Cool. Right. Well, since Miss gave the prompt, Miss will now have to draw somebody's wiki. Whose do you want to draw?
I don't mind. Whoever.
I guess. Okay. You. We'll do mine because I think you wanted me to draw something from the labyrinth. So if we go backwards, eventually I'll have to do that. So you get something from Red Dwarf. Do you know Red Dwarf?
I know of Red Dwarf.
Good enough.
I have not seen very much of Red Dwarf in my life.
Would you like a character or an enemy?
An enemy?
An anemone?
An enemy?
An anemone?
I don't know why it's written as enemies. What is it, like
Crossbone
monsters
there.
or something, I guess? Okie
I'd
dokie.
rather you were doing that.
I mean, given
ooh.
sci-fi, just because it's an enemy doesn't mean it's a monster.
it is a monster. You have
Oh,
you
no.
have the sirens. That is spelled with a silent P.
Siren.
Where?
Um,
Where
at
is
the beginning.
Hey,
silent
where is the P?
It's like,
It's silent. You don't know. It's Psiren.
Poseidon?
oh,
Yeah,
I
siren.
Good.
wonder.
That's
Because
what I assumed, and it wasn't just attached to the end or something.
No, combination of psi and sirens. They are a genetically engineered life form because Red Dwarf decided we're not going to have aliens in this, but they basically reinvented aliens as being genetically engineered creatures. So, but that does mean they all have to have a purpose, and I don't exactly know what the purpose of this is. But basically, they are. You've kind of got a free pass here because their whole thing is that they can trick you into seeing whatever they want. So they sort of telepathically.
just draw anything.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
they
because then what?
they
Draw a
telepathically get in your
goblin.
brain, and then they want to suck your brains out. So they basically look like whatever's likely to get close enough to suck your brain out. But in actual fact, they look like big old bugs.
Great.
Draw it? Okay. Hear me out.
Here you are.
Goblin mermaid.
Yes, because you'd let one get close enough to suck your brains out.
I literally just said I'd have tea with Junk Lady, so
Yeah.
Draw a bug. Or
Bug
a
gobbo.
goblin.
A bogoblin.
A goblin bug.
A goblin with a silence P.
There's a lot of ways that could go.
Yeah, I ignored it.
I guess the other thing I probably should point out is that they're big.
Big
They're
goblin.
big, like a couple of meters.
In which
Big.
direction?
The fourth.
Oh,
And considering this is sci-fi, that could be true. It's impossible for me to tell without context if that's true or you're just joshing.
I don't think they've ever done multi-spatial dimensions. They've traveled in time, obviously. It's a sci-fi. Yeah. This is a fun episode. This is from Series 6, which is like
It's a fun episode. The monster's going to try and suck out your brains.
there's always a monster trying to do that in Red Dwarf. It's fine. But like, you know, it's in this episode. It's like one of them pretends to be one of the other characters, and they gotta work out which one it is. And so they give them a guitar, and the one that can play guitar is the imposter, because that character truly believes they can play guitar and they can't. So the siren was like, I'm gonna
really
copy your
funny.
brain exactly, but they didn't realize that they are deluded in.
Is that the cat
You
that
know,
thinks he can play guitar?
It's really funny
No.
because I know Naruto used that as a plot device thing in one of their early seasons. Like you've got the three main characters, and it's like, right, we know someone's around who's going to potentially try and take the place of one of us. We'll figure out who the others are by saying this phrase in line. And they catch the imposter because the imposter decided to try and imposter Naruto, and the other two are like, hey, you remembered the line, you're the imposter. Naruto's not that smart.
Oh,
Yeah, good trope.
don't know where I'm going with this. If I do it too buggy, I'm gonna freak myself out. So.
That's fair. The other thing I should specify, I guess, which should be obvious, this is a British sitcom, science
Yeah,
fiction
they're all
sitcom.
just going to be people dressed in suits. So.
So the budget is low, but the one thing I would say is that the people who made all of the like special effects and costumes and stuff like that were really enthusiastic about the show. So they put in way more effort than they needed to. So it's low budget, yeah, but it's good low budget.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between we're working with what we got, and I mean, you've got some things that are high budget where you look at it and go, yeah, this is high budget, but this also sucks.
about the passion. The inspiration. Yeah, I just like the fact that, you got one of the, I guess, 2 shape-shifting things? 3, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah. Polymorph, Siren, Pleasure Gilf.
Oh my goodness, Aggie, stop. It's like, oh, you nudged the screen with a knuckle. So we're going to draw big dots and lines everywhere.
Oh no.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Oh no, Christy's got a headache.
Oh no!
No worries, look after yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Pet doggo.
At the doggo.
Pet the
It's
doggo.
Mooch to doggo.
Just bury your face in the dog
Yeah.
and hope that gets rid of the headache.
Okay.
I can see the gob coming out. Bug gob. It's good.
It's a drider, but goblin.
I also like somebody on this wiki, somebody's gone to the trouble of writing down all of the actors that played the sirens, but that includes all of the illusions. Like, people have a lot of time on their hands.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like technically true, but also so like I don't know if I don't think they would have listed it in the things in there. In the later Harry Potter movies, you've got a thing where
Look at that.
they use like a polyjuice potion to take the appearance of one of the other characters, and I think with the way they filmed it, they had the actress of the character who was using the polyjuice potion acted out first, and then the actor of the character who that they've transformed themselves to look like redid the scene mimicking the original actress.
Yeah, there was an episode of Red Dwarf where like people swap brains, and the way they denoted that is by having the actors like dub the lines over. The person whose brain is in the body says the line, but obviously it's a different actor. And so the actors had to try and mimic each other's general patterns of movement and speech patterns and stuff like that, so that afterwards, when they dubbed the voice, it would sort of match as close as possible. It works surprisingly well for, again, low budget.
Mhm.
Low budget, crummy sci-fi.
I mean, that also tells you that the actors have a pretty good feel of the other actors.
Yeah, well, one of the actors was an impressionist, so that helps.
Yeah. I assume that does help, yeah.
Although I believe in an interview he said like he got down the mannerisms and the sort of accent and so on and so forth, but the other actor was really good at like matching up the voices with the mouth movements. So swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
Try doing it live on stage. That's where it becomes fun.
Fun, quote unquote.
Yeah. Have to be careful where this leg goes. Oh my goodness, Twitter, be quiet. Stop!
Tweeter! Have you posted a Gobbo to Twitter?
No.
No?
No, I didn't, no.
Miss did post a Gobbo to Twitter.
Shush!
I forgot that I shared it.
That
It's on
question
Twitter as well.
Is that no or is that new?
It's
we're going
yes.
Stop! Chibi, I'm trying to draw! I forgot to turn my notifications off.
You will be appreciated.
No.
That's another good Gobbo. So I'm distracted by Gobbos.
I
There's so many good goblins on the
I
internet.
like the little squirt legs down there.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh, Chibi drew a full. I should. I
You
realized
didn't
I'm
have
tired.
to.
I forgot that I'm tired.
It was a plamp in chat. Hello.
Just cut off the legs.
Just go. It's a bug. It doesn't need all its legs.
Yeah, exactly.
This is
I
nightmare.
mean-
Make
They're-
the
they're
half
silent.
body instead.
It has silent legs.
Oh god.
You can also just like put something in front of it. Like last week, I just put a random. Oh, there's now an open door here, so I didn't have to
Yeah.
draw a second hand. You could just have like an
Okay.
open trap door or something, where it's like we don't have to draw the legs. There's a door here.
Work
There's a
smarter, not harder.
conveniently placed box right in front of it.
They're on an asteroid, so a big rock.
Box of psychic energy.
A box of psychic. Trust me, okay? This box, psychic.
Psychic. It's
So
where the
much.
psychic comes in.
It's where all the pee is kept.
Oh no.
Those are pipe cleaners.
I love it.
I'm
This
loving.
looks like it's a goblin that's like dressed up in a bug Halloween costume.
Yeah, low budget. Low budget goblin costume.
It's enjoying itself. It's like,
It's
I
like,
can do
okay,
it
so instead
too.
of British actors, we've now got goblins. And we still have the
Still
same
on
budget.
the same budget. They still have to share their one costume closet with the rest of the BBC.
Yeah.
I'll have you know, one of the characters in Red Dwarf has their own costume closet. There's a
I
character
don't
called.
believe that.
There is a character called the Cat, and nobody else is going to wear the cat's costumes. I assure you.
I mean, of course, it's a cat.
Exactly.
Okay.
I know of this cat.
The cat's great.
I assume it's just normal cats.
Oh god, I'm not gonna say it.
Technically, kind of.
Technically, kind of
It's
good enough for me.
the humanoid species that evolved from the house cat.
That sounds like you're describing a cat from Cats.
It's they're not. I'm very glad the budget was low enough that they didn't decide to make them look like a cat. It just looks like a human. It's fine.
Okay. Great.
Sorry, I just zoomed out.
It's
I didn't
mean,
realize
it's-
what I've drawn.
good.
It's not necessarily that hard to have a human dressed up in a way that it's like, ah, yes, this is supposed to invoke the idea of this person
Yeah.
is a cat or cat related. It's just that the Cats movie failed at it spectacularly, which is funny because the Cats play did it very well. So it's not like they were starting from nothing. They just
Exactly.
they made a decision and it was a bad one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they made lots of decisions and they were all bad ones.
I don't know what you mean. It's given me amazing trophy content.
I mean, yes, that is true.
Is that
Considering
something
that-
we're gonna have to do a watch party of?
I'm not watching
Cats
it.
2019. I'm
I'm
never
quite-
watching Cats
I'm
2019.
quite content to never watch cats. Oh, there's like a finger. That's
I'm.
gross.
It looks a bit weird. Yeah.
Fine.
It looks like it's got one of those like mascot costumes sort of pulled around its body. Like I see you've drawn some seams in there with the little leggies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm never watching Cats 2019 because I have some standards for the musicals I watch. Just
Which will-
some.
Stop.
More of which we will discover soon.
I mean,
I mean, the musical itself
did the
is
cinema.
bizarre, but that's partially because they took something that didn't have a narrative and decided to
Hmm.
insert a narrative into it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like I said,
the
like
movie
I
made it
won't-
worse by inserting more narrative into the thing that had no narrative, and it's like, cool, great.
I mean, like I said, I have some standards, as in I would watch the normal Cats
I've
live on
watched normal
stage.
cats.
It's great. I've seen plenty of clips from it. I haven't seen the entire musical, but I've seen plenty of clips, and it's great. And
Like,
but Cats 2019, I just no.
Apparently, Plamp's got jump scared by Judi Dench. Watching it.
Oh, for goodness sake, stop. That's not what I wanted. Where is it?
Where's what?
I don't know.
Where is Wally?
Blue, purple.
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 I'm not like going I just wanted to
Yeah.
decide what color it was going to be.
Miss, I love
Make
the
it
way
obvious
you
that this
draw.
is very much
Oh,
a
thank you.
costume.
It's cool.
I
Aggie,
love
can you stop? Okay, we're not doing this.
it.
Aggie upset me. I don't want to do it anymore.
Could you bucket fill? That might be easier.
No, because
Well,
then my lines have to be closed.
Oh, good point. Actually, does it have an auto close thing?
Probably not.
Tolerance? No, that's probably something else.
Your art is so nice to
It's
look
good.
at. I just like it so much.
Look at the cute siren. Siren.
Poseidon.
Poseidon. The new Greek god Poseidon.
I mean, is it?
Poseidon's bestie.
They
They're named
hang out.
They're obviously named after the sirens. They lure people into like asteroid fields and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's the idea.
Oh yeah, he's massive as well.
Just around a little stick figure at this
Yeah, I was
count.
gonna say,
All
just
things
give me a
considered, it's
second.
probably less he's massive and more that they just did a weird camera angle trick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty big costume, to be fair.
Oh.
I don't actually have a good full body
Yeah,
picture.
the head of the person is like here.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
yeah.
I like the implication that since we've already established that this is a goblin inside of a costume, not only is this a goblin inside of a costume, but they made the head additionally with goblin ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though that's not actually their head.
There you go. How else would you know that it's a goblin inside the costume?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta know that.
They're in love.
Aww. I mean, that fits with the story.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Good job.
This is going to be another one of those, and then the actual thing.
I mean, considering I think this is
Yeah.
well. I'm pretty sure I've seen this in a B-grade horror movie before.
Yeah, look at the low budget. Like, you can't see, it's not like some of the old Doctor Who costumes where you can like, it's just made of bubble wrap or whatever. It does actually look recognizably like a thing.
Yeah, it's
but-
gross.
Yeah, but also,
Should
if
be.
I remember correctly, Doctor Who didn't so much have low budget as it had negative budget. So.
Yeah, true.
Gross.
Gross. Correct.
It looks like really big locusts. And yes, those look gross.
Getting Farscape vibes too, yeah. That'd fit. I can see a
I
Farscape
like-
Red Dwarf crossover.
My little alien better.
Yeah, Gobbo costume. With the pipe cleaner ears or antenna.
Here we go.
Yeah, good times. Right, I'm guessing that I now need to draw the SMT. He says as though he's not the one who came up with the
Yes,
rota.
all right. So, Chris, you get your choice of mythology. And when I say choice of mythology, there's a lot. Though, granted, some of them, I think there's only like 1 or 2 demons in them. So we have, starting in the A's, Abrahamic mythology, African mythology, American mythology /
wow.
popular culture, Arabian mythology, Arthurian legend, astrology and astronomy, Australian mythology, Aztec mythology, into the B's, Babylonian, Balinese, Buddhist, into the C's, Canaanite, Celtic, Chinese, into
So
the
much.
E's, early modern fiction, Egyptian, English mythology, European mythology. I don't know why those two are separate. They just are.
Well, if it
Filipino
specifies English, I guess that it sort of ties into Arthurian, I guess.
Yeah, because
I'm
you've
interested
got Arthurian, Celtic, and English mythology as 3 separate things.
Yeah, you want
then
the specific
European.
gradations. And European, yeah. Do you know what?
And then
I'm
we've got
intrigued.
Gnostic, Greco-Roman, Chettian, Hindu, historical figures. Yes, there are some historical figures in these series as well.
Rasputin's probably in
Inca,
there.
Indonesian, Inuit, Irish, which is another thing that's separate from Celtic and Arthurian and English.
Celtic or Celtic?
Japanese, Korean. Hold on, gotta go to the next slide. Lovecraftian, Malaysian, Mayan, Mesopotamian, modern fiction, which is separate from historical fiction, Mongolian, Nepalese, Norse, or occult, original characters, which that's not really mythology, but that's just listed here as well, Persian, philosophical mythology, Polynesian, Scandinavian, Scottish, Semitic, Slavic, South American, which is a lot of things all thrown together in one category, but we won't get there. Syriacan, Sumerian, Tibetan, Ulinger, Vedic, Welsh, which is also separate from, you get the idea, Wiccan mythology, William Blake mythology, and Zoroastrian mythology.
Oh, Chris, you gathered all that?
Yeah,
Now choose.
and after all that, I'm going to go with one beginning with A. Let's go Arthurian. I'm interested to see what SMT does with Arthurian legend.
Okay. Let me put that into the random page in category bit.
Look at this little baby.
I love them.
They gonna stab you.
I mean, he doesn't have a knife yet, but once he has.
Are you going to turn that? Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's why I got something weird. I was like, why did I get? I was sitting here going, why did I get Michael the Angel? Because I accidentally copied in Abrahamic mythology, not Arthurian.
I've missed you drawing goblins, Chris. Remember when you did it every week for like a year?
Yes.
But you did give them slippers, so.
Yeah, little fuzzy bunny slippers.
Mm-hmm.
Or very big.
And we didn't have to shout at you and throw a tantrum to get them.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
No, never.
No art was made to twist your arm.
Listen, no art was made to do anything. First of Doom.
I love how zoomed in this is on the stream, and then I look at my iPad and it's teeny tiny. It's so little.
I've been drawing a lot of things very small recently, so I'm kind of used to it.
Well, I've got either good news or bad news.
Yay.
You don't necessarily have to erase the little goblin because you got Excalibur, who is apparently not by themselves a demon.
Demon?
I mean, the category of demon is used for a lot of things in this. It's like there's a whole bunch of slew of things that are all considered demons, including capital G God.
Doesn't Excalibur, isn't it supposed to be like Excalibur? And I can't remember what that means.
Yeah.
I just remember I called my Honedge in my Ghost Pokemon playthrough Caliburn. Okay, so how can I make this a weird SMT demon?
It's also a character in Soul Eater.
Ooh, so yum.
And he is annoying.
He is canonically annoying.
Yeah, this isn't even just, oh, I hate this character. No, canonically, everyone else finds him incredibly annoying.
It's also a character in Sonic and Dark Knight? Black Knight?
Oh yeah, that's all about Excalibur and the Holy Grail and all that sort of stuff.
Also, strangely enough, Arthur is a separate demon from Excalibur in SMT.
That makes sense. Arthur existed before they pulled the sword. Or they were given a sword, or whatever. What's the Monty Python line?
Oh, I don't know.
So the fun thing with Excalibur and the Arthurian legends, there's 2 swords in Arthurian legend, and depending on which version you get, varies which one is Excalibur. There's technically the first one, Sword in the Stone, and then that one breaks, and then he gets another stone from the Lady in the Lake.
Yeah, I knew
You
the lady in
shouldn't
the lake
take
was involved.
things.
What
You
is?
shouldn't take things from random ladies
Who is
living
this
in
cute?
pods.
Yeah,
It's Excalibur.
is that Excalibur? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they look very cute, and I like them. I don't know what everyone's talking about.
Honestly,
Oh, they're
Yeah.
lovely. They're a little goblin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
goblin. Oh, that's not.
yeah, essentially. So
they look
in
like-
Soul Eater, the canon is basically that Excalibur is supposed to be a really, really okay. So in Soul Eater, you've got some
Ow.
people who
They're a
are
Moomin.
Meisters. They can use sort of magic things, and you have some people who can turn into weapons. Excalibur is supposed to be this legendary holy sword, really, really powerful weapon. And it's like, oh, we're gonna go get this person who turns into this really powerful weapon so we can beat up the witches. And then it's like, ah, I see why no one has used you for hundreds and hundreds of years. You're annoying.
It does look like something from the Moomins. Will say.
Yeah, it's a Mormon.
Really does.
I thought that's what it was at first.
Yeah, so did when I glanced and I went back, I was like, oh right.
That's Excalibur.
Nah, it's from the Moomins. You can't trick me.
It's been so long since I watched this anime, but I do remember like kind of liking him. Like he was canonically annoying, and he was also a little annoying. So I'm glad he only like was in a couple of episodes, if I remember correctly. But it's kind of fun.
It is very entertaining, at the very least, to watch every other character's reactions to this character.
Yeah, because they all have the same exact like face they pull. And it's a very funny face they pull.
I suddenly really don't like this. So.
I'm trying to get like SMT vibes out of this.
I don't know what SMT.
Shin Megami Tensei.
No, you can say that, but I don't know what it is. Please explain.
Persona?
Ragdoll.
So I don't know
or-
if this happened over in the UK, but in the 90s, a whole bunch of people got up in arms about Pokemon saying that it's of the devil.
Yes.
SMT is actually demonic Pokemon.
Fun?
You are going around typically in an apocalyptic type situation, and you have to recruit demons to help you fight other demons to punch God in the to attack and dethrone God is the meme actually.
Oh, fun.
I remember that. Oh, nostalgic times. Many was the
What?
day we would go take a trip to the seaside and dethrone God.
Oh, right, yeah. I mean, this is kind of technically your Pokemon comic right now.
Yeah, this is the final. I'm drawing the final panel of my Pokemon comic. This is what happened at the Elite Four when I sent out my Hone Edge.
It turned
Well,
into a ribbon.
Fab. Yeah. I wasn't sure how long I could go without understanding what you were talking about.
You
Because it was starting to annoy me. I was like, what is this? It sounds interesting.
You are welcome to ask things. We do not know things by default.
Oh.
Ignorance
Also,
is the
I
default
don't
position.
like that this is aiming at...
SMT is like most of the games are turn-based RPGs, but they are also known for being particularly hard. So I wouldn't just hop into mainline SMT
It's
for
the Dark
shits and
Souls
giggles.
of JRPGs.
Yeah, essentially.
I've only ever said that ironically, and it's funny every time. To me, anyway.
Some of the offshoot games are easier. So one of the offshoots of the Shin Megami Tensei series is the Persona series, if you've ever heard of those.
Yes.
Persona 5 especially is much more newbie friendly. as far as playing is concerned.
I think all those games are a bit beyond me. But they look good. The new one looks very pretty. Very visually appealing.
Yeah, the two things you are pretty much always guaranteed with any SMT game is that character designs will be very interesting and the music's going to be a banger.
Come on, Chris, you can do it. You can figure out the teeth.
The teeth are higgledy-piggledy. That's what they are.
I like
See,
that they're
now
going
it
to
just looks
hug the
like
goblin.
that the sword is threatening the little goblin there.
No, they're going to hug.
Um,
We vote hug.
I'd advise
Chris
against
knows.
voting for
No,
smooch.
one of those mouth hugs.
Yeah. And Chris knows if he doesn't do it, then we throw a tantrum in Discord. Because we don't like the rules.
I wonder why
It kind of looks, it kind of reminds me of like a dog. It's going to give a lick. You know, like a happy, excited dog.
That looks you right in the face despite the fact that you wear glasses, and then it's like, great, now I gotta clean these.
Yeah.
Biblically accurate dog.
A biblically accurate dog. Oh yeah, Christy. My mum's dog's good at it if you have a treat. If you don't have a treat, he's not interested. Unless you pretend to whine like a sad dog, and then he'll be all over you like a hot rash.
Oh.
Because he's got to make sure you feel better.
Nice.
The problem with this is it's a sword. So if you wanted to hug it, it's got sharp edges.
Yep.
If you want to smooch it, it's got sharp edges.
As we learned from my comic, if you want to massage it, it's got sharp edges.
Forgot about that. So how do you capture these demons? Do you put them in Pokeballs?
You have to talk them into helping you. Literally.
Use your words.
Well, sometimes your words involve using other. So you have to. There's this thing called negotiation, where you talk
Don't know if you've
with
heard
the
of it
demon
before.
and try and convince it to join you. But negotiations can also include threats and bribes.
I know that's
Fair.
like supposed to be a mechanic, but it's really funny to just imagine. See, Miss, there's this thing called negotiation. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I do not believe in negotiation. You either do as I ask or I hit the button. That's my negotiation.
There are these things called threats.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can use
I
them
like-
as part of negotiations.
I like that side of the game. Chris.
Yeah.
No, nothing. It's fine. I was going. No, it's fine.
What?
No, it's fine. I was going to say it, and then I was like, "No, it's standard."
It's fine, Chris.
What?
It was
What did I
when you
do?
added the shadows behind the teeth. I don't know. It just I was like, for goodness sake. Look at you with your skills. Don't make the tongue.
Oh, its tongue is a smaller sword. What's the issue? Or thinner, I should say.
I just heard Inigo
Swords all
Montoya.
the way down. A sword and a sword and a sword.
Make me think of Inigo Montoya.
That's also on the list of things I need to watch.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Excalibur. 100% canonically correct.
Yes.
Ooh. Oh, look at that. Well, would you
Little
look at them?
Yeah, it's sort of interesting. You've got like a weird spirit thing that's holding the sword. Now, I will say,
Cute little
in
spirit.
general, most of the SMT games are rated teen or higher, mostly higher. Except there's one exception, the Devil Children games, which was SMT's attempt at making a kids game in the SMT franchise. Why? I don't know. Most of them didn't make it to the United States.
I wonder why.
But it's still just kind of one of those things of like, who?
I like this little shadow
Yeah.
friend.
They're a little wispy ball thing. I'm going, I got a sword. Look at this. Gonna go swoosh.
I picture you going up to it and it's just this tiny little flame. And you're like, oh, little cutie. And then this happens and you're like, oh.
Oh no.
That Simpsons gif. Like, I'm in danger.
That's cute. I like them. I went down the wrong path. Turns out.
Went
Who'd have
down
thought?
a path.
Who'd have thought this is not correct?
A path that is swords all the way down.
I mean, I don't know, Chris. So far, I think we've all been 100% correct.
Well, I'm the only one who hasn't drawn it to be cute. So
You
The
drew a
goblin
cute
was
gobbo.
cute.
yeah, that was unrelated. They were just also there.
No, they weren't there. They were doing negotiations.
They were the one threatening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were threatening with hugs.
Yeah, that sword wasn't like opening its mouth in a threat, it was screaming silently.
Going, "Ah!"
Yeah, that's your player character trying to negotiate and recruit.
Yeah. And yeah, Ragdoll, would you like to draw a Starkid?
A Starkid.
One of those star children.
Children?
Children. Look, I forgot English for a second there.
Right. These are from all the musicals, so I'm just getting a random one.
All of the musicals.
all of the Starkid musicals. They're a musical production company.
Chibi, what have you picked? Every musical that's
Every
ever been made. Ever.
Ragdoll, you got Sweet Tooth, who is the main antagonist in Holy Musical Batman.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm up for this already.
I will also like to that the A in Batman is the @ symbol for
right.
copyright reasons.
Oh, it's the Atman.
Yeah, the Atman.
That's really funny because I know at one point there had been like an officially licensed Spider-Man musical.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't have surprised me if there had been an
I'm-
officially licensed Batman musical.
I
But
would
it's
be
even
very
funnier that this isn't an officially licensed Batman musical.
I'd be very surprised if Starkid got an officially licensed anything.
Yeah. But Sweet Tooth is basically fills in the role of the Joker in this musical because they kill off the Joker in the opening number.
Yeah, I think it was.
Finally.
They do that off screen,
Oh,
and then
dear.
Sweet Tooth comes in, and he is a candy themed villain because they have very heavily take from very cheesy old comics Batman.
Yeah,
basically.
best
Because I was
Batman.
going to say, wasn't there one that was like fought with, was it condiment something?
Probably.
Fought with like
there's
ketchup and mustard and things?
Calendar Man and Quilt Man. And
Yeah. Yeah, they bring up all the cheesy villains as
They
well.
did bring back Calendar Man in one of the games, didn't they? Because he
They
was
also
quite
bring
Did
him
they?
on the musical.
Yeah.
They
Like,
reference
yeah.
Calendar Man
he
in the
wasn't
musical.
he wasn't like in the game, but you or I think you could see like his cell and you could learn about
Oh
him.
yeah. There's a I see a picture.
I like Batman.
Like Batman.
He's quite dark when he wants to be. Anyway,
I
yes,
I
sorry,
like
Chibi.
I like the silly ones.
Sweet Tooth also, like every other sentence, he says a candy pun, and every time he says a candy pun, he takes the related candy out of his sleeves or out of his coat, out of his pockets.
Wow,
um,
props department for that one.
yes.
So we're having a good
It's gonna
time.
be
There'll
very
be that in that
sticky.
pocket, that in that pocket. That's got to be there. This one, make sure you put the Twix. Not the Twix doesn't go there. God,
Mhm.
setting that up before the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to think of candy.
He does also have his own Harley Quinn kind of character whose name is Candy.
As
Wow,
well.
imaginative.
Yes, I know, right? I mean, listen, it's Batman. Like, I don't
No,
know.
it's Atman.
It's Batman.
But
The
Atman.
Atman.
It's Batman. They're a cricket themed.
I wonder if they got around copyright like that. Like, it's clearly Batman. No, it's B Atman. It's just everyone thinks it's pronounced Batman. It's really annoying.
Oh, Plamps knows this one from TikTok apparently.
Musical with I Want to Be a Modern Dancer. Yes, that is in the ending number where Robin,
I should have
who
called out Papa.
No, sorry.
where in the ending number Robin, who is based on the original Robin with the undies and no other pants, just the undies. And he sings the line, "I want to be a modern dancer," and everyone looks at him like, "What?" The following line is,
See,
"That's a super weird thing to say. That came out of nowhere."
Yeah.
see, the fun thing is that that original costume is based off of like because the original Robin was a circus performer.
Mhm.
So the outfit is based off of like leotards and strongman outfits.
Yeah.
And also just during that time, you didn't usually look at someone dressed like that and go, ah, it's their underwear on their outside.
Uh, yeah. In this musical, it's very obviously like meant to imply underwear because it has like your classic underwear lines. I'd
Like
say.
Yeah, well, I mean
like the
these
wide
days, yeah.
front type things.
So I haven't figured out what I want, how I want to draw the rest of the outfit yet, but there needs to be a cake hat,
I
obviously.
I'm just
Obviously.
I'm just picturing Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka.
I'm-
That seems like a solid villain to me.
I advise
Funny
not
you've
picturing Johnny
mentioned
Depp's
that,
Willy Wonka.
Miss, because there is a quote. The first quote on this wiki is, "Who can take the sunshine and sprinkle it with blood?"
Yes.
The Candyman can.
The Candyman can.
Yay.
That's from an entirely different
Mhm.
story.
Yeah. Well, the what was it? The Hogfather. When they did a TV adaptation of the Hogfather, Terry Pratchett, Discworld thing. The actor who played the villain based his performance on Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka because it was like, that's just the creepiest thing I can possibly think of, so I'm going to make that my villain. It's like, and it worked.
I mean,
I thought you were going to
they're
say
right.
Gene Wilder. Is Gene Wilder's?
Oh,
Willy
Gene
Wonka?
Wilder's lovely. No,
That's what I was going to say. I was like, what? Wait.
no. Gene Wilder belongs in a museum. No.
Yes. Plays a very cute turtle in Alice in Wonderland,
Oh.
which is a deep, which I'm going to expect Kiro to know.
Kira knows all. That's fine.
I just realized with how zoomed in I was, this is a very big hat.
You're such a
I,
big.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I was.
It goes
yeah.
down to the shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to draw.
You don't
face
see his
anymore.
face.
That, or I've established that I don't have to draw anything past the shoulders, because
True, good point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see the rest of his body.
Either way, smart character design.
Mhm. Also, fire hazard on stage. I love
This-
chaos on stage.
when you're not the stage manager.
Yeah.
Apparently,
I mean,
Calendar Man appeared
How
in
else
the
are you
Suicide
supposed to
Squad.
know that it's a birthday cake without the candles on it?
Exactly.
That's
It,
wicked.
it specifies in the script it can't be like fake electric candles. They have to be on fire.
Mhm.
Oh, that is going to be a nightmare, because you're going to have to replace the candles for every single showing.
And like during the scenes that they're on stage for a while.
I'm getting flashbacks to the time we had to light a match on stage and the amount of hoops we had to jump
Mm.
through for that.
Oh, this is something I found out recently, and those of you who have seen the property will might appreciate this if you don't already know it. Knives Out, which I have not seen.
No, not yet.
Yes.
Apparently, the stage direction for the main character, Benoit Blanc,
Yes.
Blanc, whatever. Apparently, the original stage direction was, Benoit Blanc enters and speaks in a slight lilting Southern accent. That was the original stage direction.
I mean, it is.
And I see the actor
slightly
instead
lilting.
chose violence.
Yeah, I think he said, well, I promptly ignored that.
Yeah. Good
I
for
mean,
him.
it was also, I remember hearing
Sorry.
this, seeing this somewhere, but apparently the original idea was that Benoit Blanc would speak in a different accent each movie without it ever getting addressed.
I love it.
Very
Yeah.
sad they didn't go with that, but also I love the accent we do have, but would have
probably
been
had to-
really funny.
Someone had to beg Daniel and be like, please, Daniel, please. Please don't do a different accent, Daniel. Listen to us.
See, I'm always for more chaos with these sorts
To
of
go,
things. I think they
"No."
should have used a different accent in every single scene.
Every single scene, just never address it. And there's a new person in chat.
New poison.
Would have rated, but
Oh.
didn't.
Oh, what?
That's
Oh,
okay.
what? Oh, my
I'd
chat
rather
is,
you didn't.
Good.
what a wonderful time for
I'm
my chat to
shy.
break. How?
Benoit Blanc Muppet movie, yes. I've seen so many
Yes.
Tumblr posts about it, and I want it so badly.
We're
Especially
discussing-
the Tumblr idea where it's a
Anyway, hello.
murder takes place, and the murder is of the actor Daniel Craig,
Yes,
and then
yeah.
Benoit Blanc enters the next scene.
We're discussing Knives Out.
Well, the fun
Without
thing is
spoilers,
Which I've not
they've
seen.
Some of us
done
haven't
that
seen it.
in the Muppets show before. There was one
Oh.
episode where why am I going to Mark Hamill guest starred,
Oh yeah.
but also it was Star Wars themed. And then in particular scenes, Mark Hamill would leave, and then Luke Skywalker would enter.
And while Mark Hamill was gone, they were off voicing 3 different characters in the same scene of Batman.
Mark Hamill doing voice acting? No.
There's a wonderful scene where he is all 3 characters in a scene.
Yeah, I love that scene so much. I've watched that so often. I don't watch that series, but that scene is just it's just
Muppet shows.
great.
Never watched anything other than memes. Watch Muppets. Muppets are fun.
Oh,
Watch
Christy,
Muppets.
love them.
Muppets, Aardman, and presumably something like the Labyrinth or Princess
Muppets
Bride.
Treasure Island,
Muppets Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol.
Gotta establish some pockets
Drop
here.
mod Jamie?
Dwarf mod who?
Draft mod who?
Dwarf mod who?
Not in
I
here,
don't
I'm
know
afraid.
any draft mods.
We're not. There's no Jamie here.
No,
Oh,
No.
that's sad.
but we
There's-
do know Drawfee, but that's cool.
We are
We're
aware of
Drawfee
Drawfee.
fans.
We don't know them personally.
Oh, well,
Let's
yeah.
clarify that. I mean, Chris has interacted with them.
Yeah, I was invited on the show once.
Yeah, and you never went.
I never heard back.
Just message them again out of nowhere. Hey, I've
Yeah. Hey, so a few years ago.
When I made comics, not for Drawfee, for
No.
for your side hustle at the time.
I still have no idea what the plan was with that. I'm assuming they had an idea. This was just before, I think, like College Humor and that all just broke. Went bankrupt. That's the word.
Sad.
They
So
broke.
I assume whatever the plan was, it just collapsed. But yeah, it was just such a weird thing.
I mean, yeah, considering the timing, it's sort of understandable that it's like, and then it was never heard of again.
Yeah.
They probably lost a lot of plans when that
Yeah.
happened, to be honest.
But they've certainly gotten on well afterwards. So
Ragdoll. This was palatable till you did that.
there's the Candle Man.
No, I don't like him anymore. Oh, that's okay. They're glasses.
The glasses. Don't worry.
I was really worried where it was going.
Yeah,
as
I was
well.
waiting for
Just like, oh, that's a choice.
Yeah, I was just waiting for two hollow eyes and going, this is a musical Ragdoll.
Yeah, and it's a weird Batman villain, so we're gonna give him.
Did you do animations for this?
I don't remember doing an animation. I used to do a bunch of comics for Secret Sleepover Society, and fought as if they ever asked. I just did them. And I did a bunch of like whole screen stuff for the main trophy stream. I also did their panels on the Twitch stream because Nathan kept saying, "Oh, I'm going to do those panels. I'm going to do those panels," and he never did for a year. So I thought I'll make them then. And I just sent them. I was like, "Here you go." That was another thing I forgot. Nathan was like really grateful and he was like, "Oh, we'll pay you for the time." And I'm like, "No, it's fine. It's fine." He said, "No, we'll do it because we want to, you know."
Okay, so what you do is you
wanna
message
be
them and go,
Hey,
where's
I'm
my
just
spot on the
paying
show?
Yeah. So
Where's my money?
he sent a tax form which I filled in and sent back, and then heard nothing about afterwards.
This is where you message and be like,
This
okay,
is-
I've been watching your Patreon for a while, so I know you're financially.
I waited for long enough. I know things weren't great after the collapse, so I waited, but
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a dick. I'm just, you know.
but I did send out that tax form.
You do have all my personal details, so. Yeah, all of my interactions with them have been so surreal.
I love
They're just
that.
they're lovely.
They are.
Yeah.
They're lovely.
I-
people. If
I-
they weren't lovely people, they wouldn't get away with the
Yeah.
scatterbrain. Look at them
Oh,
covered in candy.
Candy.
I still
Now
don't
the
like that they
question
don't
is-
have a mouth.
Is this a
Fine.
candy pattern, or is this
They do
candy stuck onto them?
Stuck onto them. I
Well,
like that
Yes.
idea more.
Really cool one with the goop monster. Goop monster. It's been a while.
is it the one where you like drew Julia's creations as like find the door?
Oh yeah, there was like a big amalgamation, wasn't there?
Yeah,
That was the first one I did.
it was really
that's- that's-
cool.
I didn't know you then, Chris.
No,
No.
I barely knew.
nobody did.
I don't
Prior to
know.
that, literally nobody knew me.
No.
Well, not literally, my parents
I'm
did.
trying-
None
You
of
had
them.
no
I'm trying to
relations,
think.
no family.
I'm trying
I'm
to
a
guess
dis-
No one
when
was
I
aware of
did
your
know you.
existence. You just sort of popped out from the void.
I feel like Jacob shared something of yours, and I was like, "Oh, this person's art's really cool," and I followed you on Twitter.
I-
and then
I
Then
did a
that was
few.
that.
Yeah, I did a few drawfee things. I did that. I did one of the fear of painting. Oh, I did one of the Legend of Chris
That's
RPG
cute, Lance.
thing. Oh, was it the
Back one day with a trumpet case.
Hello, I am here
also
to
my
scream.
chat has stopped again. Oh, Twitch chat is terrible.
I
but I can
only tried to fix it a little bit, Chris. I don't see what the problem is.
Everything's broken. I did do the 1 million subscriber picture, which was I drew one thing from all of their top 100 videos, and that had the big goo monster in it.
Uh-huh.
That's cute, Chris. You're a lovely person.
And now they're on that 2 million creep, and you have to do a
Yes.
picture again.
200 videos, no.
Do it, Chris. Make your
I know you
comeback.
haven't been watching Dwarfy for a while now, but
It's okay. He's only got to watch 100 more videos. It's fine.
I do. Hang on, let me go to.
And oh god, Karina has joined them. So oh
yeah.
boy, oh boy.
hey, how many sexy things do you want?
How many sexy men are we
No, I'm
going to see?
I'm definitely doing that character from Bob's Burgers and Wallace, and watch that one. Hang on, let me see what their top 100 videos are and see if I recognize any of them anymore. Shush you.
How many Sonics? Yeah.
Oh god, yes. The entire story of Sonic in the background.
Oh, okay. I'm
Ragdoll,
still.
I don't like that he does. How's he going to sing without a mouth?
I'm
Look,
not
he has a
good at
mouth.
drawing facial features. Just
He
pretend
has
it's
a
there.
he has a mouth. It's just under the chin.
There we go.
There.
Yay! Oh,
Yay.
he's cute now. He's so nervous. He looks so stressed. I love him. What did he
Don't know
look
the
like?
Sonic side.
What
I
does he
don't
look
know the
like,
Sonic
Cheeps? What does our man look like?
The 8th
Oh,
top video
man.
on Drawfee is Fursonas. So
The first Sonos were cute though. They were kind of cool.
I recognize a lot of these.
Well, that's where we got Jacob's persona.
Oh my
yeah.
word.
All right, Chris.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Candyman.
Oh, that's okay. I thought you were looking at Drawfee.
He's very cotton
Oh
candy.
yes.
I mean, if you're not gonna go for putting a
eyebrow.
birthday cake on top of their head, I guess having
Candy
cotton
floss
candy hair
hair,
makes
yeah.
sense.
This
Oh
is
my.
the guy from that Monty Python film who sings about the galaxy.
Oh, I love him. I also love the idea of someone having to shop for that.
Also, I like how they just didn't even bother to make it not look like it was a wig.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that
fake
was
stuck
clearly
on
something that they
eyebrows.
just plopped on top of this guy's head and then glued some eyebrows on top of his eyebrows and called it a day.
I love it.
Now,
I
granted,
love him.
with stage productions, you don't have to get like the
Oh,
fine
yeah.
details because you mainly need the big details because no one's going to see the fine details. They're going to see the big details.
Would eat that.
But
Nom.
yeah,
I mean,
that's a
I
hairline.
I love the costuming in Horror Musical Batman because it's just whatever they got.
Yeah.
Yes,
Raid the costume department. What can we find?
it's every. Oh god, I forgot about the man with a giant egg on his head. Like they went full on like with like whatever is the most stupid theme we can think of for a villain, and they like stuck a giant egg on someone's head
That's
and
fair.
called it a day. I cannot get a better picture than that.
No, we don't need a better picture than this. This is perfect.
I mean, if you have seen anything from ye old comics, like and I know
Egghead is
someone made a
probably-
YouTube video about this. One of Spider-Man's ye old villains was the Wall. Literally a guy dressed up as a wall.
The ACs
Okay,
were a fun
yes.
time.
I knew I wasn't making this up. There is a Batman villain called Egghead, who was played in the 1960s TV show by Vincent Price.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want a delightful time watching that,
Superhero comics, just superheroes in general, are just really weird.
I don't.
I love
Jesus.
I love the camp. I'm a huge
I
fan
love
of
it.
anything like that.
Although right now all I'm picturing is only fools and horses dressed as Batman
Yes.
and Robin. You have to run down the road. That's a very British thing.
Yes.
Don't worry about it, people.
I'm going to swap to the Only Fools and Horses wiki. No. You got Trigger's broom. That joke was just for Miss.
Sorry.
um.
Oh God. Anyway.
Yeah. Right. Should we go around again, but backwards? Well, the same people drawing, but different people giving prompts.
Yes.
So Chibi will now get a prompt, an SMT prompt, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Draw demons.
Yes.
Also, there was a
Alright.
goblin under the hat. That's my.
Yes.
I mean,
The
probably.
fire. Lighting the fire, just pulling down the candles and popping new up.
It was a
when needed.
It was a goblin stopper.
Alright, what mythology would you like?
God.
Do you remember them?
You're
Let's hear them
asking
again.
Chibi. You're asking Chibi about mythology.
Hmm.
I mean, I know we've been doing a lot of Norse mythology stuff, so I could just pull out of the Norse mythology.
Yeah, why not?
You got Heimdall.
Let me
Chibi-
just
yeah,
add
Heimdall.
some God
Draw.
of War in there.
Draw Heimdall.
Okay.
Draw the bitch boy son.
I
Cheap
keep
has
getting
never drawn a Norse mythology in their
Nah.
life.
I keep getting
Never.
recommended Heimdall posts on Tumblr.
Sorry.
I do picture Ragdoll like with a deck of cards going, pick a mythology, any mythology.
You get Dis.
This?
D-I-S.
This.
So in Norse mythology, she is the goddess of fate, spirit, or ghost. Sometimes benevolent, sometimes not. Sorry, not any goddess of fate, spirit, or ghost. They are said to bring good luck in battle and also represent fate, fertility, and good harvest.
Mm.
Some view them as the servants of Valkyries.
Oh. Okay. Hmm.
A pretty
This
lady.
didn't come up in God of War. I have no idea what to do now.
Pretty demon lady.
Right. I don't know where to start with this.
Start with your Medusa daughter and work backwards. work from
Let's look
Medusa
at
to Norse.
Let's work with. I've got a couple more descriptions from other games in here. So that was just the general mythology description. A spiritual attendant to humans in Norse lore, she is known as a goddess of both farming and war, although some see her as a low-ranking servant of the Valkyries.
Right. Right.
I mean, yes, do make it up, because when it comes to SMT stuff, I can guarantee you whatever you were thinking is probably not what someone drew for it. And honestly, I'm a little disappointed that I didn't pull Loki, because that one's a wild ride, regardless of which version it is.
I mean, yeah.
I just got a picture of the Digimon, the ghost in the top hat that Julia had to draw. And I don't know why. Just Cheap, you can't come out the gate with actual poses like that. No.
This is cheap.
Just standard standing, 3/4 view. Out of here with your anatomy practice. I love how it's Ragdoll's like a simple farmer, servant of the Valkyrie, and Cheap's like, cool.
Listen,
She could take the Valkyries if she wanted.
she's a servant of the Valkyries, so they must fight.
Oh yeah.
I mean, fair.
And then she's gonna get a pitchfork because she's a farmer.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give her a spade.
Also very funny.
The farmer of war.
Farmer of war. Big
War,
Kratos
war.
decided to retire and become a farmer, and yet
Now I've got combine harvester song stuck in
I've got a brand new combine harvester.
my harvester.
Did you know that's a cover?
Is it?
The original was I've got a brand new pair of roller skates.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one. I didn't.
Yeah, it's a
My
parody.
brain never put two and two together. Ooh-ar, ooh-ar.
War, war. By the way, we're talking about what are they called?
Uh,
The Wurzels, was it?
Wurzels. The Wurzels sounds correct. Is that also a very British thing? Oh. Oh no, it's probably a very British thing.
Almost certainly, yeah.
Oh
Well, I mean,
no.
I can't remember now when we're playing Valheim. It's playing in Dutch. The name for a carrot was a Wortel, something.
Yeah. Wattle.
Yeah, Wattle. So I'm assuming that's probably similar to Wurzel, where we get that word from.
Mm.
The Wurzels are an English scrumpy and western band. Best known for their #1 hit, "The Combine Harvester," and their #3 hit, "I Am a Cider Drinker."
Sorry. Yeah, tracks.
so basically, what I'm hearing here is that while these people may be artists, they are about as good at naming things as I am.
They're clearly a comedy sort of thing. You know, they're known for using the British West Country phrases "ooh-ar," "ooh-ar, ooh-ar." We're from the West
Ooh-ar.
Country. We talk like this, and that.
Bit like a pirate, innit?
It'll be like a pirate. A pirate accent that people know was somebody who put on a West Country accent and then giving it a bit of gruff. And that's where the pirate accent comes. I can't remember the name of the actor who did it, but it's one actor who did it in one particular thing, and it's stuck to this
Not
day.
the guy who played Long John Silver in one of the Treasure Islands.
War.
I feel like
I mean,
know
isn't-
this, and I feel like that's where it started, but I probably very wrong.
I mean, wasn't there a similar thing with like the stereotypical Dracula voice? Like one person sounded like that, partially because they were trying to talk around the teeth, and then just suddenly everyone started doing it.
I never thought about having to talk around the teeth. That makes it, I want to suck your blood. If you bring your bottom lip in.
You try to do a W.
Very well.
You try to do a W, but it comes out as a V because the teeth are not
Yeah.
connecting with the bottom lip.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Apparently, I saw Robert Newton.
I don't know names or faces.
That makes this a dead end conversation, then, doesn't it?
I'm sorry.
Well,
sorry.
that's not your fault. I was just like, I will find the thing that Miss was talking about, and then there's no way of us verifying that was the thing you were talking about.
Oh, right. Yeah, no. Probably. I don't know. I need to see pictures of people. My brain does not conjure them on its own.
That's fair.
I mean, the people exist outside of your brain, so I imagine your brain does not conjure them on their own. They already existed.
Unless
Wait, hang on,
I'm in the Matrix.
Wait, you don't imagine people into existence? Isn't that what everyone does?
We are just your imagination, Chris. You are now just talking to yourself live on Twitch.
I mean, I knew that.
It's really embarrassing, Chris.
Always.
Getting sassed by the own
Chibi,
figments
what
of
the
your
heck are you
imagination.
doing?
Yeah.
Chibi, what the heck are you doing?
Just do
Someone
something
told
cool.
me to draw a North Lady. I am drawing a North Lady.
Look at this posing, though. Ugh,
Chibi does good art. I know. Who'd have thought?
she's so.
Wait, hang on. We all would have thought because of evidence.
I just can't get over the portions on the arms, like actually being correct. Like
On a
just
first attempt, no need
yeah,
to like lasso
that's
and
what I'm
move.
just like. If I tried to do that pose, those sections would be the darkest scribbles of mess you've ever seen. That's so cool. That's so cool. This is giving me big Avatar, like
A little bit.
last Airbender vibes with the pose.
I can see that.
Yeah. Phone, why you make noise? It's 9 at night. I'm not
Because it wants attention. Pat the phone.
on the floor.
Give the phone. Give the phone treats.
No.
Oh. Christy, yeah, exactly. This is so dynamic. I hate you.
Oh. I mean, fair. I do love, like, as you get more and more into art, you look at artists and you're like, oh my god, that's amazing. I fucking hate them.
Constantly.
Yeah. Me at everybody here.
Same.
I mean, I don't know why you're adding me. I don't know what I'm doing.
Inspire, though. I'm even talking to the lurker in the way drawing people. If they're still here, that is. If not, I'm not talking to them.
No.
Never talk to them.
Look at this hair, Chibi. Chibi, do you realize like how much of like a level up you've done in art over the past year?
Only sometimes.
Oh no, I hate all hatred.
Christy, have you seen your paintings?
Yeah.
Like I sit here and I watch like everyone else doing like just single color like this, and then Chris zooms out and there's just an oil painting in the corner. I'm just like, wait a minute, I didn't know Aggie was capable.
It isn't. Christy found a way somehow.
Yeah.
That was not programmed.
I guess she needs a face.
Well,
You could go with Ragdoll's
only one?
accidental horror of just
Yeah, it's just-
vacant holes for eyes.
You just get everyone sunglasses. Covered up.
What if?
Just no. Gee, no, it's scary now.
God, angry.
God. This is someone went into her farm. I don't know, kicked a carrot.
kicked a carrot and then the eyes sort of flipped colours.
Yeah, just shark black. Very venom.
No, you've pissed her off now.
Oh. Gonna get
She's
stabbed.
angry.
Chat, behave. Not the people talking, just it went funny for me for a second.
No, also
I
behave.
thought they were saying something.
No,
Stop,
no, no.
stop
sorry.
complimenting each other. How dare you?
I didn't This is me like when I'm on my own, not on mic. I'm usually like, oh, behave. Now I'm like, oh wait, hang on. There's people who can hear me. I'm sorry.
Christy's going to take this to the hairdressers.
Oh, Kiro, don't be.
Kira's always sorry, and they never need to be.
Chibi, I can. You need to like keep this and turn it into something.
I was going to say that about the grandma goblin as well. So
Yeah. Just
Chief,
keep
can you
all-
Everything.
can you do full renders of everything you draw, please?
Yeah, please. I know you're doing other things, but also. No, Christy, no, sorry. I forget.
I mean, to be fair, I keep looking over and going, "That chat's broken."
I think I'd paused it by accident without realizing. Got annoyed with myself.
I mean, I can render these, I guess.
Thank God.
And then we'll just fade into the finished drawing.
But more and more like Rafi.
I like the teeth.
Mm,
Eh.
I like
Yeah.
the chunky teeth.
Yeah, the teeth also
learned
suddenly
it
get sharp
from
when they're
Miss.
angry. Yeah, Miss Teeth.
They're Miss teeth. They're Miss Goblin teeth, and I like.
This is good Miss Goblin teeth. And by the way, if you haven't seen Mrs. Goblin,
I'm gonna delete it off everything. I'm not
That's
gonna
good.
post anything on Sundays.
I
Oh,
will remember for Sundays. I will write it down every time you post something.
Seen that on
No,
Tuesday.
Donnie.
Miss posted it.
Oh, hey, look at that. They also posted it on Ko-fi. Did you know Miss has a Ko-fi account?
I can see what you're doing, Chris.
Ko-fi.com/justmissart.
Multiple screens up.
I think this is it. It's
She-
definitely not what the thing is, but it's a God of
She's-
War character.
Also, I just forgot that this is like a game, so you've got to go and convince her to get in the Pokeball.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
Yours
okay.
also has significantly more hair.
Yeah.
This is one that you just go up and Master Ball in the face and be like, no, we're not doing it. We're not fighting.
That's a bit of a change. Some sort of
Yeah.
weird scale leotard.
Ah. I think I like Chibis more.
Yeah.
This feels
Definitely.
The collar's a choice, though. It's quite like the "I'm not listening to you" collar.
yeah.
Mhm.
I just don't understand the sheer fabric of the scale armor. How do you still see her body underneath?
Is it sheer or is it just like specifically like formed?
But then you'd have to form every scale.
I guess that's
See,
the
that's
point.
concept art. Let me pull up one of the game.
This
No,
looks like
This
something
is
from Star
lovely.
Wars.
I'm just yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It's got a Star Wars vibe to it.
Yeah. Or that character from Guardians
Oh.
of the Galaxy.
I never really like it when mostly female characters have like clothes suction, like vacuum
yeah.
to their
Mhm.
body, and like you can see everything. Like that's really uncomfortable to me.
I draw one of my characters, not to that extreme. Like I'll maybe draw like this. Maybe it's sitting against the stomach a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
like some of her dresses. But no, that's
Yeah, it's like
Although it makes her look more alien, the way it's like tucked under her rib cage. Although her
Yeah.
ribs are really, are her ribs quite high up?
if you zoom in just on the sort of chest area, it looks like a frog sticking out their tongue.
It does. Oh, see, that's where the demon is. That's the demon Pokemon.
if you want a glimpse into how my mind works, there you go.
It goes a bleh.
Yeah, I get like skin tight stuff is fine. Like vacuum sucked in like into every crevice of their body is weird.
That's strange.
Yeah, it's not the weirdest you will see.
No,
It,
it's like it reminds me of there's this very very specific comic cover of this woman in a very promiscuous pose, and it's like sucked like her costume, like your standard superhero spandex is like vacuum sucked so much to her that the artist like drew in like her butthole basically. It's
Oh.
like to that extent, and it's really reminding me of that. It's just like, what did you think this through, or
Ugh.
I will
Ah.
say there
I
isn't
think if
really
you've
a
drawn that,
single SMT art style. So while yes, there
yeah,
are a significant number of characters, in particular female characters, where you look at them and go, ah, someone definitely finds this sexy. There are other female characters where you're going, okay, well, if someone finds this sexy, I have concerns. And there are other female characters where it's like, if I say to this character, I find them sexy, they're going to stab me in the face.
like,
This lovely lady would definitely just stab you.
Are you looking for this? Am I gonna have to violate terms of service?
No,
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 it's
no, no.
this one is different than the one I was thinking of, but
Okay.
it's still
I will throw my
questionable.
whole mod
Oh, I
self
see,
at this
yeah.
chat.
Yeah, you can like see the like coccyx bone.
I will hit buttons so fast.
It's a lot. It's like really just like.
Oh, I've seen this art, yeah.
This is what happens when you like.
There's
I saw this art when
some
people were redlining it to see like how the skeleton worked on all these like women in comics, when you can see boobs and butt at the same time.
She has a very flat nose and a very pointy chin.
Mm.
I imagine if you look on the second picture, if you looked at her from the
That
side,
is
she'd look like a moon.
Depending on what that's made of, she's gonna squeak so loud every time she walks.
Just get one of those superhero things with somebody in a tight costume and like redub the sound effects just to squeak every time they move.
Yeah.
That'd be
Also,
great.
how does she get in it? Like, does she go in it and then like there's a
Yes,
little
you
valve that she can like
vacuum sucked into her
That's what I was
body.
gonna say. There's like a valve
Yeah,
attachment to just
like those Hoover Hoover bag things that you can
yeah.
store clothes in.
Yeah, there's some characters where you've got the explanation of like, so like it's a magical thing. And it's not just with the women. There's also one God, he's a DC character where no, legitimately the way he puts on he puts on the superhero suit is we say a magic phrase, he gets struck with a magic lightning bolt, and then suddenly he's in costume. But yeah, no, this
Yeah.
is
Oh, that's a knee. Oh, good. Sorry.
some superhero comic artists should go back to their anatomy studies.
Yeah. That's why I don't do superhero things.
I always love the ones where they're like, they like redraw panels with female superheroes as like male superheroes, and it just always looks god awful.
Yeah, everyone look up the video where somebody replaced swapped the animations between Catwoman and Batman in one of the Arkham games.
Yes. So
Which is
good.
wonderful.
Yeah, so good.
With the hip swing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Batman's never been so
There's
supple.
another one where they took one of the Metal Gear games, I don't remember which, and you've got God, what's the name of that
I hope
character?
we're all
The
taking notes.
sexy female character. The in-game explanation for why
Jeez.
she does not wear much in the way of clothing is apparently she's like solar powered or something like that.
Oh yeah, quiet. Yeah. Yeah, that was one of those ones where, like, when it was revealed, people were like, "Seriously?" And Kojima went, when you find out why, you'll all feel stupid." And
No.
no, that's an excuse, Kojima.
Called eye candy. For a very specific audience.
Yeah, quiet breathes through the skin. Yeah,
What?
that is literally all I know about that game.
What?
Well, no, I saw the opening sequence and I immediately apparently guessed the twist of the game, so that's fun.
Oh yeah, it's breathing. I knew it had to do something with the skin has to be exposed for this to work, and it's like, okay, this doesn't work for two reasons. One, very clearly you made the design and then have the explanation afterwards, which happens. Like there's one female superhero from DC who's got a giant cutout right over the boobs with the superhero costume, and the in-game explanation is it's like, oh, it's because like we've got this missing identity thing. It's like, no, it's because he wanted a boob window. We all know it's because he wanted a boob window. Just own up to it.
See,
Yeah.
Chibi just confidently owns the boob windows.
But also,
Exactly. If you're gonna
even
do a
if you're
boob
wearing-
window, admit it.
it might as well be a bay window, you know. Not gonna have any of
also
those,
then you've
tiny
still
little
got the
basement
problem
windows.
of like one that's a weird way for your respiratory system to work. But then again, it's Metal Gear Solid. There's all sorts of weird ways people's everything works. But two, it's like the surface area isn't gonna really like. You don't need that much exposed. Like you're telling me you're gonna suffocate because you're wearing a pair of pants? Come on now.
Wear baggy shorts, they're comfy and easy to wear.
I'm a firm believer of you can be horny, just admit it.
Yeah.
Like you
Look,
don't have
when-
to like be coy about it or anything. Just go full horny if you want to.
When we eventually do our randomly generated Metal Gear Solid thing, we will quite happily have a massive boob window on male character, just to balance things out.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine shared an image from a
Again,
online from a
Yeah, Plums.
from a mobile game. It's some gotcha thing, and I mean some of those games out there are horny and some of them are not. This is from one of the clearly horny things, but we were all looking at it and going, okay, this is bad. Horny cis dudes, you need to demand better porn because this sucks. Demand better porn.
I mean, that was my entire problem with the Aphrodite scene in God of War. Like,
Yeah, same thing there.
especially
Like,
because people kept telling me about it, and it's like, oh, it's bad. I was like, okay, it's gonna be super horny, and then I was like, and it's just like, this is very awkward. Like, who gets off to this? Like,
demand better
expected
porn.
more. It's Aphrodite. Why are you suddenly talking about? Oh, this is definitely not PG. Oh, it's just like, commit.
Like this that scene always sort of makes me think of like the scene feels like it was written by a preteen boy
Yes,
who wants you to believe that they know what sex is.
yes, very much. And it's so weird because there have been like the whole like it's not the first sex scene in the franchise. Like in another game, Kratos went to a brothel, and that felt more like sexy than Aphrodite. It's just like what's going on here? But anyway, I'm done with drawing. I'm glad you all love her.
Eh. Sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Hey. Cool. Moving on, I guess.
Bye.
Miss gets to draw something from Starkid.
Oh god. Oh. I mean, yay.
You get Eggman head person.
No, I refuse.
The Yoke, whatever they're called.
Oh,
Um,
Agent
the Yo-
47?
The Yoker. That's what they'd be called.
I can draw an Eggman.
I mean, I'm
Nice.
sure the entire show is full of yolks.
Will you please, for me, draw Junior, the antagonist from Starship?
Antagonists all the way, apparently.
I don't know what a junior is,
Thank you.
but sure.
Whatever
Junior
you think.
is the son of a Dark Lord.
Oh, okay.
Is this a...
He wears sunglasses. He wears pink sunglasses. I think that's vital information to his character.
How old is Junior?
Adult?
He's adult.
Young adult? But shall I tell you about the plot of Starship? Maybe that will help.
Yeah, please.
Starship is a musical where humanity has been fighting robots for a while. So they go to different planets to find out if they can live there, basically. And in the musical, they go to a bug planet, and the main character is a bug, which they do puppetry, very rudimental puppetry. The main character is named Bug. He's a bug.
Makes sense.
And he's
Or
always
another bug.
dreamt of being a Starship Ranger, which are these people who go out to different planets. Junior is the spoiled son of basically a CEO of the company who sends out Starship Rangers.
See, I was worried you were going to tell us that Junior was also a bug.
Yeah, that's why I stopped. I was like, oh god.
Not a bug. He kills a bunch of bugs on the planet. He becomes basically the major antagonist at the last portion of the musical. Because one of the other antagonists gets killed off. Who is a massive scorpion, also a puppet.
Okay,
And the
then.
person who plays him has to constantly stand with his hands above his head and sing that way as he's holding a massive scorpion head.
That's puppeteering for you.
That's puppeteering for you. Yeah. Basically, Junior goes to he isn't happy. He's basically a very spoiled rich kid, as in his main driving force is that he doesn't like his stepmom, and his dad discovered that he smokes weed. And so he goes out and does these things like committing genocide.
Teenage phase. We've all been through it.
Classic teenager right there.
Yeah, classic teenager. You get angry with your parents and you go commit genocide.
Yeah. I bet teenagers go out and kill a bunch of bugs or something.
Yeah.
It's just these ones are sentient. Or sapient.
The musical has also been described by the fandom as the Little Mermaid in space, with bugs. As in, the main character Bug gets transformed into a human body and falls in love in that human body, and then eventually gets turned back into a bug.
So it's reverse Avatar?
Yes, maybe.
I mean, it's
Um,
probably just we'd rather not our main character be in a bug suit the entire musical. How can we make sure that they are not in a bug suit the entire musical?
yeah,
Cowards!
basically.
Absolute cowards.
Um, what else can I say about this? The musical is very long. There's so much happening. One of the characters is just Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. They just put him in a Solid Snake costume. Again, budget, great.
Speaking of budget,
Really
Kira, you don't.
distinct.
Kira, you don't. There's nothing is needed to follow somebody on Ko-fi. It's just like following them on Twitter.
Mhm.
So everybody follow Miss on Ko-fi.
Oh yeah. It's
Also,
not
additionally,
like Patreon or anything.
well, actually, the fun thing is, on Patreon, you can also follow people that you're not
Can you?
financially supporting. Yes,
Is that a thing?
yes.
Mm,
I don't know if it
I
was
didn't
always a
know that.
thing, but you can follow Patreon pages without having put some money into it. You won't be able to see everything.
Yeah.
So you'll only be able to see public posts, and you will only get notifications for public posts.
Oh, that means I
But
should.
if there's anyone where it's like, I would like to financially support them in the future, do not have the money right now,
Also,
or if it's they like just keeping track of things.
Yeah, I think Kofi's the same. Some creators can make it so that the like only paying followers can see some of their posts, but I don't do that because that's not what I use Kofi.
Yeah, there's a
I do that with Patreon, but I didn't know there was another option. So. Yeah. Also, Kira, if you don't, a general announcement to anybody who's supporting me on Patreon: if you don't think you have the money, don't support. It's fine. Nobody should feel like they need to. Rat Junior.
I mean, yeah, that tracks.
Is that just another word for Dark Lord Brat? Because presumably the
Dark
dad's
Lord.
called Brat.
Uh,
I'm sort of getting like this feels egotistical to refer to my own work, but it's sort of giving me like Imperatrix and Little Graham vibes.
A little bit. It's a gag in the show because they use like not projection but like pre-recorded videos in the show. And one of them is like Junior's dad basically, who is in like full like the head is cut off like in children's cartoons when they don't want to
Oh
show
yeah.
like adult faces. Um and it is in like full like Darth Vader like evil costume kind of. And then Junior is just some guy.
Oh yes. Our face.
Ooh, very emo. I love it.
Oh,
Very
I just
chemical
noticed the
romance.
line going down. At first, I thought that was just an extension of the hair, but no, that's an eyeliner
No.
choice.
Or a scar. Eyeliner
think
scar.
I heard Darth Vader, so then I was like, well, Junior would have a scar then, because you know. Oh, he's got red glass. Fucking, he's got pink glasses.
They could have them in their pocket, I guess.
No, I'll give him pink glasses.
Also,
That's two pinks though. The things you've drawn.
Pink.
Also, Loki reminded me of you, Chris. There is a character in the show that's named after a month. It's February.
February. What? What's February doing here?
February in the show is Bug's love interest and also general plot device.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh, I really hope somebody doesn't describe me in my life as a general plot device. That'll be my obituary.
But like, Junior's dad's plan is to also, I think it's to create a weapon. It's kind of it's been a while since I watched the show. It's a very long show and it's one of their older ones, so I haven't watched it that often. But they want to like basically turn February into like bug mother
Ugh,
involuntarily
ugh.
by getting the bugs to plant an egg in her chest, which she will survive because she has no gag reflex. That's major plot point. Don't question it.
Excuse me?
I'm not going to. Don't worry.
Don't worry about it.
Chibi, what are these musicals you're watching? I'm going to tell your parents.
Hey, look, just be glad you didn't get that
Very
character.
glad that I didn't get a character from the musical Me and My Dick, which is a real musical they have
When I-
made.
Yeah, when I found that wiki for you, I did happen to see the art for that one, and I was like, what?
There is a musical called Me and My Dick, and they play genitalia. The characters are genitalia. Yeah,
Good for them.
good for them.
Good for them.
I have watched the musical exactly once and never will again.
They can't all be winners, but they can all be wieners.
Haha.
It's
Jokes.
it's very annoying because that musical has a song that I genuinely love so much by a person in the company that doesn't get to sing a whole lot of songs, but whose voice I love very much, and it's really annoying that's in that musical that he sings. Because he has like 2 major songs across all the like a dozen musicals they've made along the years. He's like he has like 2 songs.
And their best song is the dick song.
No, he plays the hearts.
Oh, that's not genitalia. Am I missing something?
It's mostly genitalia, and then there's also the heart.
Oh, okay.
Who makes the main character immediately propose to someone who he has like interacted with once.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a thing.
That's the thing.
Musical is an exploration of puberty in the most awkward way possible.
No, it doesn't sound
Oh,
like it.
so it's like the Labyrinth. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as the Labyrinth.
Are these
We just-
like pink pince nez?
Yeah. We just haven't got to the part of the Labyrinth yet where she starts singing um, boobs. I don't know.
Boobs.
I mean, I don't think that was the most prominent organ present in that movie.
No, I know. I was. um, 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 um,
um
um, da-dum.
etc.
You're gonna get copyright struck.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was so
from
accurate.
that movie about the star things that happen.
Those battles in the spaces.
Yeah, that love
Space-
story where
Space
a
fights.
brother and sister kiss.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I mean, all things considered, given what I know about George Lucas, and especially of the time, it would not surprise me if he came up with the Leia is the sister on the fly
Yeah.
later on.
He's like, here's
Just
this
like,
film.
we need to have a sister. Well, we haven't really established any other characters, and we don't want to establish anymore. We're just gonna make the one female cast member the sister.
I would have preferred it to be like Chewbacca.
That would have been really funny.
This is your long lost sister, Luke. What's your problem?
And then give zero explanation as to how.
Yeah.
acknowledge that they have the same parents.
It's sci-fi. What do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You,
Aggie, do you know, if you just didn't. If you just didn't.
I do like the fact that Aggie is like an actual name, so you can
Yeah.
pretend that you're having a go at somebody.
Here, Aggie. Hen.
Aggie.
Aggie
Aggie.
hen. Aggie doll.
Aggie, are you okay? Are you okay, Aggie?
The problem is, this is not smooth,
No. It's just getting worse, so we're just
but it
gonna.
is a criminal.
Chibi, I drew the emo son.
Yay!
Thank you.
With
I
a pink
like
pince nez.
I'm gonna admit I kind of zoned out partway through drawing the gun and came back and went, oh hell.
It's a space gun.
They're telling
fine.
me things
You-
about people being bugs. I wasn't listening.
Oh, a little Vadel pin. I've just seen
It's
the Vader
okay.
pin.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, here's Junior.
Well, don't know what I expected.
Listen, I said he's just some guy with pink sunglasses.
Oh hell yeah.
I mean, that looks like
Junior looks like a character from Mean Girls.
that looks like they were going through the costume closet and went, right, we need to have something to make this character distinguishable.
Yeah.
And someone's like, hey, look what I found in the back end of this drawer in the back side of the closet.
I mean,
It's actually that because one of their friends who couldn't perform the musical with them, but who did help writing it, I believe, but he couldn't perform with them because he was casting Glee. They stole his sunglasses for this. For when they made the video of the musical.
So this was on purpose then.
Yes.
welcome to Starkid.
Welcome to Starkid.
Full stop. No, keep the full stop. It's important.
No, sorry, Aggie's just making
Oh,
shape.
okay. Pew.
Yeah, I was willing to just admit they went, right, we need a piece. Here's a piece. But nope.
Yeah. They do that all very much
Ooh.
on purpose.
Theater
They
kids,
fully
people.
embrace like whatever the fuck is going on from the beginning. Because now I really want to show you how they interpreted Voldemort in their first musical. So I will.
Okay, well. That mysterious ticking noise.
It's why can I not?
Ron Weasley.
Guess this is the best full body shot I'm gonna get on shot. Or not even full body, but you know.
Okay.
I mean, there's enough fan fiction out there where that's accurate.
He also has a tap dancing number in the musical,
Good for him.
which is his first number.
Yeah,
after
Very
he
Potter
gets-
musical is the only one that I've actually seen, and yeah, it's
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 because it's that he shares a body, aka a costume, with the character Quirrell for most of the musical, and then he
which
gets his
means
own
they're
body,
walking
aka
behind each other
becomes
backwards.
shirtless. Yes.
what's this? This is Voldemort.
Yes. For most of the musical, two actors are attached to each other by costume. Back to back.
This looks like terrible like sitcom He is
It
an
has
office worker. He is
terrible
a Dark Lord. Together.
No, but that's their exact energy in the songs they have together. I will link a video after to that
Okay.
song after the stream. But it's very much that energy of sitcom couple. And then he gets his body back, aka becomes shirtless. And then immediately goes into a tap dance number where he sings about how he can finally dance again now that he has his own body back. So
Maybe,
yeah, it's very much silly on purpose for everything.
maybe we should introduce him to Robin then. Follow best on Kofi. Yeah, cool. And now I guess I don't want to say purpose of the stream, but the trigger of the stream, I guess. I need a labyrinth, please.
Need labyrinth. I'm gonna get you a good one. I refuse to allow you to have, like, the parent of.
Oh, you keep re-randomizing till you get something fun.
Yeah.
We always do that.
I mean, in some cases, you just have to randomize until you get something that's not just a chair.
Yeah. I was randomizing characters in Red Dwarf, and due to the setup of Red Dwarf, of the fact that the human race is dead, a lot of the characters are just like vending machines, and one of them was a lift shaft. so that's not interesting.
I mean, it's interesting, but in a different sense.
I'm literally they're like, Sarah, the dog, this. I'm like, no.
David Bowie. You have David Bowie. Not the character he plays. He was explicitly David Bowie.
Ooh, so fun thing with that.
Ooh.
So
think we can go with
in the movie, our Goblin King. Oh, and actually, have you found something, Miss?
No, I changed my mind.
Okay. Well, the Goblin King does this contact juggling thing with 3 crystal balls.
Okay, I'm just
Well,
gonna.
David Bowie can't do that, or couldn't do that, I should say. So he's actually in that movie. He's got a stunt double for his hand.
Ooh.
Like in any scene that he's in, when the character is doing that contact juggling, there's actually a person behind him, standing behind him, sticking their arm out through a fake sleeve, doing the contact juggling for him.
Ooh. That's fun, because that the scene I was describing in Red Dwarf where somebody's playing the guitar really well and they know that's not him. They did the same thing for that. That was a guitarist stuck their hands like between fake sleeves, and yeah, did the same thing. It's a fun effect. I don't know why I'm drawing Beethoven with balls, but anyway, moving on.
I wasn't looking at the stream, so all I heard was, I don't know why I'm drawing Beethoven's balls, and I was like,
I was trying to draw David Bowie contact juggling and from memory, but it ended up looking like Beethoven or Peter Capaldi. Anyway, what have I got?
I've ended up rolling you Sir Didymus, and
So did mouse, tiny mouse.
Sir Didymus. I was like, I'm gonna roll a different one. I've decided.
You have decided.
Would you like to know about Sir Didymus, or are you just gonna?
I've already drawn them.
You're not wrong, to be honest. You're
Done.
relatively close.
Okay, this is going to be their sidekick, but
I may have just kept hitting my random number generator until I got Sir Didymus. Then doubted myself and went, "That's obvious," and I was like, "No, I've decided." Would you like to know about Sir Didymus?
I would like to know about Sir Didymus, please.
Because I think you'd like Sir Didymus. Okay, Sir Didymus is a fox terrier, as specified by the Pesket. I don't know what that means. Who believes he is a great and chivalrous knight. He has a canine steed named Ambrosius, and has the job of guarding the bridge that crosses over the bog of eternal stench.
Oh, okay.
no one may pass without his permission. Didymus is brave to a fault, being the first to rush into a dangerous situation and the last to back out, if he ever does back out, with no regard at all to his personal safety. He follows a strict chivalric code. Once he sets his mind to something, one would be hard-pressed to get him to stop, although asking nicely seems to work. Didymus is not one of Jareth's underlings. After some persuasion from Sarah, he and Ambrosius join her group of comrades, referring to her as my lady.
Oh, it's like a
He's not one of those my ladies.
party.
He's
Milady. Okay. Trick me into drawing armor. How dare you?
you draw what you want. I didn't tell you to draw.
Well, that was the trick part.
I did
mean,
try
you could
to
have just
trick
kept
Kiro.
drawing the tiny mouse.
Not Kiro. Try again. I did try to trick Chibi into drawing a pile of junk on someone's back. And they went, haha, fuck off. Covered it in a sack, so...
See, they're smart. Chibi's smart. Hang on, let me
My
Elden Ring
favourite thing
this.
about Ambrosius is it was a puppet when it needed to be, and it was a dog when it also needed to be.
Okay.
You know, easier to get a dog to run off with a puppet strapped to his back. Mostly he was puppet. It was cool. Trying to find a decent picture of Didymus. Would you like a character description?
I would like whatever you would like to give.
Okay, his turn and see. Left eye isn't there. Wears an eye patch.
Okay. I was gonna draw it with just the fluff over the eyes, but that's fine.
It's just so you know.
just so I know. Just so I know. It's fine.
Just so you know, Didymus has one eye.
You've tricked me into drawing 2 dogs.
I mean, I could
Better
have
than
given
tricking you to draw
Ambrosius.
2 cats?
Yeah.
True.
Would you like a description of Ambrosius?
Who?
The dog. The
Oh,
steed. The horse.
Well, I've drawn a short-legged greyhound by the looks of it, so hopefully that's the
Wow.
description.
Exactly the description.
I mean, you could just keep drawing that, regardless.
True, yes.
No, it's fine. I'm going to let you go with it because I'm now laughing. Because you've done something without realizing.
Have I done something without realizing?
Yeah.
I'm pleased. I'm glad.
Kiro will understand what you've done without realizing.
I hope it's entertaining at least.
Oh, it will be.
That's a tiny picture. That's no good. We'll find a picture of them together.
Yeah, this is actually similar to a drawing I want to do for my brother. He's quite into. He's a big fan of dogs. Used to work with dogs, greyhounds and stuff. And he's also into Warhammer. And I wanted to draw a big old suit of Warhammer armor with just like a silly looking greyhound sticking out the top of it.
Oh.
It's Greater Dog.
Yeah. Everyone play Undertale. Or presumably Deltarune. I haven't actually played that one. Is it good? I think it's free, isn't it?
Actually, don't know.
I don't know. I got Bone Trousel, so I'm happy.
Yeah,
I mean, I think right now it is, but also I know Deltarune is currently a work in progress.
It's been released like chapter by chapter, right?
I
Yeah.
believe so. I don't know at what chapter they're at, though. At least 2. They've at least done 2 chapters.
Turns out it's 1 chapter. The second one was an illusion.
Chris, I love this.
This is
I just have to interrupt and say that I love this.
Thank you.
It's so
I hate drawing armor.
I didn't tell it. No one mentioned armor.
You
My
could have
brain
just
did.
not drawn armor.
You called them sir. They're wearing armor. That's how it
He is a
works.
knight.
Yeah, exactly.
Knight.
Knights wear armor, right?
And he guards his bridge over the bog of eternal stench.
I mean, largely yes, but largely they weren't wearing plate mail.
Being held up by a tiny greyhound.
I mean, just in general, like, people didn't wear plate mail that often because it's heavy.
Yes.
You don't want to wear it often, and you don't want to wear it for long.
Also, good luck getting onto your horse with that plate mail on. You're
Yeah.
probably going to need a train.
Yeah.
Oh, have
Although,
you?
Be lifted on.
oddly enough, armor doesn't feel as heavy when you're wearing it versus when you're carrying it in your arms or something.
I mean, yeah. But, I mean, that also generally makes sense because when you're carrying it around, you're carrying it in your arms. And if you're wearing it entirely over your entire body, including your core. Mostly your core, if you've done it right.
I'm not sure I've done it right.
I do like that you're covering parts of the dog with cloth now.
Well, I thought after starting to do the lineup, oh, they should have some armor too. And then I thought, no.
Fair. Look at Sir Didymus. Look at these
You-
best boys. And Ambrosius. Ambrosius.
Tiny little mouse.
His new friends.
I don't think there's a tiny mouse in the labyrinth. Might
There
be.
is now.
I mean, it
There's
wouldn't
the worm.
surprise me one way or the other, considering how many scenes there are with a bunch of background stuff.
Kiro.
Has Despero vibes.
Kiro, I learned the worm has a name.
What?
And I have forgotten his name. Hang on. Find his name.
That's my experience with Dutch. Hey, Chibi, I learned the thing. I've forgotten it.
Yeah. I like that. Because it means I don't have to explain anything. And I can just guess.
Don't
One
select
day
a one.
you'll have enough of a Dutch level, and with enough I mean and I'll speak Dutch at you the entire stream, and then you'll realize that you don't have a grasp on Dutch at all.
Absolutely. There's a big difference between being able to understand what Duolingo is telling me and what actual people are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Never
I
mind.
I do like the idea of doing a stream at some point, maybe next year, just trying to do an entire stream in Dutch.
Yeah.
No one else will understand and will get very confused, but I'll
It's
see if
just
CC
for
can try and
me.
translate me.
It's just for me.
I'll try and only use words that sound similar in English.
William.
No,
His name's
everyone
William.
will just have to guess by my reactions what's going on.
Yeah, you have to be in voice chat. Sorry, Kiro. His name's William. The D.
William the Worm!
William the worm.
The D mouse.
Ellie.
The D mouse.
D moose.
Oh, hang on.
D mouse. Miss. Miss.
Yep.
Miss.
That's
Miss. Hey, miss.
yes.
Are you gonna be a cute? You were gonna be named in the labyrinth.
What a
You
claim to
could have been
fame.
like, nah, me, nah, just a worm.
It reminds me of that time I found out there was a Labyrinth board game about the worms. And I sent it to Miss going, hey, look, this is a board game about the thing that you know. And Miss got excited and looked it up, and apparently it's not good. So,
I have vague memories. Yeah, bad reviews apparently.
oh,
It's fine. Do games have to be good?
I mean, tune in on Saturdays for Dead Island.
Exactly.
I have a question.
Hello,
How did they puppet this?
puppet.
If both were puppets, how did they puppet it? Where was the man? Where was the person in it?
Puppet.
Or did they just stick a man on a greyhound?
It
mean-
was played by Buster, the well-trained terrier.
There is at least one puppet that's puppeted by like 3 people. One is a dwarf inside of a costume, and then the other 2 people are controlling the eyes and mouth
Yeah,
and facial features and whatnot via remote
Toggle.
control. So
I mean the what would you call it? Animatronics
yes.
in that film are insane. So
This is what I like about the Jim Henson Company is they could have just kept making Muppets, but they're like, no, new things.
but also like, and I keep coming back to like even the biggest puppet they had, Humongous, like they could have done that with stop motion or anything that they had at the time, and they just went, "No, make a 12-foot tall iron puppet robot thing that swings an axe at the head of this young girl that's in our film, and she has to dodge it in time."
Seems fine.
I see no issues with this. I would trust the Jim Henson Company with my life.
Yeah, I would too. I say. And then I'll be in front of Humongous in my fear of very come in. Nope. Done. I like DD mouse. Moose, mice,
Mouse.
mouse.
Well, Chibi will give the accurate pronunciation.
Nice.
Moose.
Moose. There's a moose loose about this house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I.
There we go.
Hey, moose.
Sorry, you were very. You confused my brain for a moment because how you said "who's" is a like it is a very local accent to say how's that way.
Yeah.
It just really threw me for a loop. It's like all yield accents around these parts, but I do know it even though I don't speak that way. But
Chibi
it really just confused me for a moment.
was thrown for a loped nada house. What we doing? Ooh. Hello. Let's do the thing with the thing so I can show it on screen. Ooh, that's a nice picture. It's small, but it's nice.
Oh,
I know, sorry. Some of them are very small.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Sorry. I did my best.
Look at that.
cute!
It's Sir Didymus.
Oh, fluffy dog.
He's the best boy.
And it's sort of funny because you sort of got the knight and the dog shape backwards.
Yep. I'm not laughing at. I was like,
I just thought of
Ambrosius
Elden Ring.
is underneath Sir Didymus, and on the bench is Merlin,
Oh.
Sarah's dog. Just because it's one of those, the real world leaking in.
Yeah. Allegory.
Merlin's a sweetheart.
Aw. They deserve scruffles.
He
Big old
does.
scratches.
But they put him in the garage because he got rained on.
Mm-mm.
I know. We all
And
need
they
to watch the
didn't
film.
really want wet dog smell inside the house.
Yes.
You deck out the garage with some nice warm
Or
blankets.
the garage.
The garage.
The garage.
Garage.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Ah,
what's
sure.
the picture of DD Mouse?
What?
Where's the picture of DD Mouse? Where are they?
Hang on. I will find for you. Hang on. Hold, please.
I'm holding.
We're all holding on tight.
We're all holding on. Also, I've just looked at the time.
Yeah, I know.
Wet dogs smell nice to you? Mm. Ah! Well, they look a bit different.
Bad hair day.
It's bad hair
That-
creature.
That's not from the Labyrinth.
I'm not a
That's
fan
from
of this.
Dark Crystal.
I'm not a fan of the second row of teeth.
His name's Fizzgig.
Fizzgig.
And he's a sweetheart.
Okay, I like them now.
He's Fizzgig.
Fizzgig. Anyway.
Anyway, 10 o'clock at night it took to get you to draw Didymus for me.
But it happened. Okay, well, I had two choices here for Ragdoll. But I guess we should go with the one that's probably going to be faster, which is fine. I'll give you the choice. Do you want something that's dark but silly, or something that's cool but silly?
I thought you were going
I
to
see
do...
my options are not as in depth as you've made it seem. Let's go
They're
dark
very
and silly.
different. Dark and silly. Okay. You have the Despair Squid.
Okay.
The Despair Squid is it's a squid. It's a giant squid. It's very
I
big.
gathered.
It's very,
Although,
very, very
granted,
big.
considering the show, it could also be just a man with a bunch of tentacles glued onto their hips.
True. Yeah, it's very, very large, and it's the consequence of an experiment to try and speed up evolution. And the idea is they basically took this planet with a bunch of creatures living on it, and then they did something to speed up evolution in one way or another, and an apex predator evolved. And basically, it has a hallucinogenic ink. And that hallucinogenic ink causes people to hallucinate things that cause them to despair. And this is where the dark bit comes in. Consequently, commit suicide. Because the things they're hallucinating are so horrible.
Mm.
And that's how it feeds, basically. It doesn't have to chase you.
That
Or
sounds
anything
like
like
a
that.
really cool monster to meet in an RPG.
It's a cool... I love the idea. Red Dwarf has so many really cool ideas.
Yeah, it sounds like a really cool monster you'd meet and just be like, oh.
Yeah, I think this starts off, they find the research base and everyone's dead and they've all died in different ways, and then they find a fish on the floor. It's like, this fish drowned in water. How did that happen? Unaliving. Yes, they unalived themselves.
Yes, unaliving. We don't say the S word.
Yes, and that's why
Knives are
it's,
sharps.
that's why it's called the Despair Squid.
Yeah. Knives are sharps, guns are pew-pews.
Knives are sharps.
Yeah, you call them yeah,
It's like,
sharp.
I don't get that amount of censorship.
It,
I mean,
yeah,
censorship in
TikTok
general is weird to
was-
me, but you
yeah.
know.
TikTok's hilarious because you can't say those things, but in the same time you scroll down to like a person wearing short shorts and just like twerking into the camera, and you're like, cool.
Sure. This is fun.
Can't say knife, but you know. It's like Twitch makes me laugh. It goes on, and then right now it's just like, do you want to watch someone draw anime boobs? What about anime boobs? Anime boobs? What about anime bum? Anime bum? Boobs? Boobs? Bum? And I'm like, Twitch, are you
Well,
alright?
it's basically because what you've got in a lot of these things is okay. So content moderation, if you are dealing with a large public forum or even just a large semi-public forum, has to be a thing. Like you have to have something where you have a way of removing bad actors. That way, everyone else doesn't just look at it and go, "This is a shithole. I'm leaving."
Mm.
However, comma, they don't want to hire someone to go through every single thing and check. And to a certain extent, they don't want to hire people to look at things that have been reported on to check. So they use a robot. But robots are dumb and don't understand context.
Yeah.
Which is why you get stuff where it's like, oh, you've been flagged for using a naughty word, but clearly from the context we can tell that your finger slipped and you hit E instead of W when you were trying to write how. But robots don't understand context, which is part of the reason why AI art looks so weird. They don't understand images structurally, they understand them statistically, and statistically, oh look, here's a finger, statistically there'll be another finger, and then another finger, and then another finger, and then another finger, and then another finger.
TikTok's a bit wild. It goes right down
So
to
you've
like
got this thing where all it's looking for is keywords, and thus that's how you got the thing where it's like, oh, we're going to demonetize and hide anything talking about the coronavirus. Okay. Cool.
yeah, the clock app's a bit insane. It goes right down to like its DMs, which I understand in theory behind it, but when you're talking to your friends, like, and you have to reword how you speak so that your message will send, it's yeah. Like in theory, good, but in practice, ugh.
You can't say it's insane. You have to say unsane.
I have to say it is not the norm for how these things typically work. And
Yeah, and
Also,
now say it to the beat of a popular song.
what's the one from Wednesday?
Ah.
That's the one I hear all the time. Or that fucking one that's like do 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 do. I skip every video that has that sound because I can't take it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're not making me want to go on TikTok.
Sainant.
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 Sainant by the bell.
Saint.
I just don't go on TikTok. If I see a TikTok, it's because it's passed the board of review process and shown up on something else.
Yeah, exactly. I have people deliver me TikToks.
Yeah, Chris has shared TikToks to me via Tumblr.
Yeah, I occasionally find them on Tumblr. So
then you know they're weird.
now I know they're weird. If they appeal to both TikTok and Tumblr. Yeah, I should specify at this particular juncture that something I didn't think about when this was generated. Not really a picture of this.
This is submit this.
Yeah, this is now the picture.
Because it's a low budget sci-fi.
It looks like this.
So apparently,
there are some human legs, implying there's a person in there.
No, it's there's loads of like little fishing line tentacles and a stick coming out the body. Sort of, woo.
Even better, even better.
Oh, it's a balloon. Cute.
Yeah, so they made a model for this, and they did film it, but they basically looked at the footage and went, this looks better if we just use the shadow. So sort of atmosphere.
Very Mr. On.
Yeah. Dum, 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 dum.
I mean, sometimes it's scarier to not show the thing.
Exactly.
Have
Yeah.
your brain fill in the blanks.
They did that. They made like this full body like grotesque demon monster for a thing, and they showed its shadow and feet. There's this entire model with like articulated mouth and everything. They just didn't use it. So yeah, I guess this is canonical Despair Squid.
Yay! We made a cannon.
Yeah, it's a
would-
canon.
They just inflated a big balloon, put streamers on it, wave it around in the wind.
Or it's like those kites. Video of the kites, octopus one, whatever they are.
Squites.
Squites.
I don't really want to say that again.
Oh no, but you'll say sluggage 50,000.
What is wrong with smugglage?
Smugglage, that's it.
Smugglage.
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 I'm not.
The balloon deflates in a parade, creating a tragic memory for any attending children. They just get hit by a slowly descending tentacle. Just go
It's stuck on a lamppost and big gash ripped in it.
Trying to deal with those big parade balloons when they haven't been inflated yet is just a nightmare. They're so heavy.
This is something I have not thought about for well over a decade. Did any of you, when you were a kid in school, play with a massive, colourful parachute?
Yes.
Why
No.
is that a thing? I've just thought about this. I mean, it's cool. I remember enjoying it. But
I kind of wish we had continued to play with it past, like, age
God,
8.
yeah, if we'd had that in high school, I'd have actually had some happy memories.
oh no. Sorry, that just randomly came into my mind.
Yeah,
Chibi doesn't know what
just-
we're talking about at all.
big colourful parachute, Chibi, and you'd all stand and loads of different games. People running from under it and putting a ball on
there's
top of it and
there's
thumping it
some
to see how
things
high
in
you could
early
get it.
ed that I know why they're a thing. So, like, and I don't know if this is a thing in the UK, but in the United States, in early education, at some point in your music classes, there will usually be a section where it's like, and now we're all going to learn how to play the recorder. We're all going to learn how to play it badly because you're all
Yep.
at most 12, but we're going to learn to play the recorder. And basically, it's a thing that's playing double duty. So one, we've got, okay, we're doing music education, so let's learn to play an instrument. But also, apparently, during that time is where a lot of respiratory, like physical respiratory issues start to make themselves known. And so if you've got students that are on the regular blowing into an instrument a bit badly, one, that'll help build your lung strength. Two, it'll make it more obvious to your teacher if you've got issues with your lungs. So we can catch it more quickly. But why the big tarp specific? I don't know. That one I do not know.
I've
I think it's just sense. Just fun.
seen the big parachute being played with. For some reason, I just never did. Like, my ear never did.
We need to buy one of these next time we'll meet up.
It's like one of those things of like most years, like after me, I've seen do
I'm
it
not really
or
sure.
do something with it, and I've just looked at it like, what are they doing? What is this?
Didn't have
It's
recorders, but you had a whole bunch
colorful.
of.
I just don't know what they're doing, but
I'm not entirely sure glockenspiels will help determine respiratory issues, but unless you're playing it, yeah, if you're playing a glockenspiel and you find out you have respiratory issues, then something's going strange. I don't know how
box.
enthusiastically you're hitting it or trying to blow into it.
We had the
Kazoos.
extreme version of that with chanter lessons, moving up to bagpipes. So,
Oh.
so if you had respiratory issues,
you were the
very
luckiest
quickly.
person.
Oh, I never went there, but yeah, it just came to my mind like, huh, we did have recorders and violins, but oh boy, did we have the bagpipes. So
Yeah.
gotta have strong lungs for those.
Yeah, music wasn't
Oh.
really a part of my primary education.
Yeah, my primary school, a lovely guy called Mr. West came round and said, "Here are all the wind instruments that exist. Play them." Because he liked making little school wind bands and go around and playing music, and that's how I learned the trumpet.
Sorry, Chibi's cat. My little heart eyes and your goblin just on the sidelines of this horrid amalgamation.
It does
Also,
look
the gun shooting into the
Yeah.
sad squid's head.
It's going pew. The squid is now an arrow
Oh, you're
pointing.
gonna
It's
pop
like
the
pew.
balloon!
I
No!
popped the balloon.
Don't worry, the
it
goblin
looks
will
like
catch
the
it.
squid is patting the
Yeah.
little crystal goblin and the cat. Just like, fuck that.
This is trying to wake your cat up.
Yeah. It's not working.
It's lunchtime.
Me and my little goblin and the sword are doing heart eyes over something.
Yeah,
I
watching
don't like. I
together.
just realized the Candyman looming in a monster.
Yep.
I don't like him at all.
Yeah, the fact
Candyman
that
can.
I draw in, I picked red just to help distinguish it from everyone else's colors. And then also, since I usually get in here a little later than everyone else, my layers are technically on top. Means that it is very obvious.
It's a good time. Yeah. Well,
Anyway, end the stream, Chris.
and
Please.
it's time for Chibi to sleep. Swoosh. There we go. Yes. The stream is done. We'll be back on I'll be back on Tuesday with more Wolfengrompt. Episode 3 of Wolfengrompt. Don't worry if you didn't see episode 1 and 2, because I don't think they're connected.
It's wedged shut. It figures.
I mean,
So
Yeah,
far,
good-
the connection has
good
mostly
try.
just been these are the same characters from the same street.
Yeah.
And
Sa-
the
same.
first one had a reference to tie into this is why they're going on holiday.
yeah.
We had a setup for the next one, which is that
Yeah, some creepy guy.
yeah,
Creepy circus guy.
there's a circus guy coming around. But yeah, thanks for coming. We'll be back Tuesday with that. There's Wednesday will be some doodles. I don't have a plan for that one. Saturday,
Candyman.
more zombies. Sunday, we're all drawing our own Candyman sonas. No,
No.
well,
I reject the idea.
come on, you get to choose your own candy to do it with.
I've drawn
Oh.
enough of that.
True, good point.
True.
Look forward to
So,
that.
so your
Everybody,
homework's already done.
yeah, follow Miss on the everything for more.
Or sweeties. I'm tired of
yeah.
drawing sweeties. Candy necklaces can go in the bin.
Okay, and you can have cheese or Yorkshire
Jeez.
puddings. I don't know. What's the opposite of candy?
Just draw Wallace.
Well, yeah,
You
Wallace.
just draw Wallace.
Draw your Wallace Sona.
Everyone getting Blender. All gonna 3D model. Anyway.
Don't. I would model all of you in Aardman.
Don't.
I'd have time. Anyway, thanks for coming to stream. I hope you all enjoyed. We'll be back soon. Bye all. Bye.
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 Bye.